everybody. A big smile on my face tonight because I really am Thailand bound real soon. Okay, let me just check. Is that Sheila? Someone's just... No, it's Andrew Hammond. Right, good evening, everyone. Nice to have you in the stream. Over 100 already. Let's get straight into it and say hi to Robert G. Leeds. Good evening, Peter. Bet you can't wait to get away from the cold weather. Just days now, Leeds. Just days. Lester Paul, last Sunday for a while, so sure it'll be a good one, especially as Sheila is on board for some banter as well. Yeah, Sheila's not in the background yet. I hope she doesn't. I hope she can make it. Normally I can see the guest there. She's not there at the moment. I'm going to try and do a stream next Sunday. I'm not going to take exactly the day I'm going. I'm going to Thailand this week, and it's towards the end of the week, so there definitely won't be a stream on Friday. But what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and get up on Monday morning early and do a Sunday night one. It might only be an hour, but just to sort of say I'm here and, you know, all's good. And I'll try my best to do it anyway, because I don't want to wait 2 weeks. Thank you to Peter Capshup. That's very kind of you, Peter. Have a couple of shots of whiskey on me at the airport lounge. Safe travels. I will, Peter. Thank you, mate. That's very generous of you. Okay, who else we got in? Capio17, how you doing? Will Richardson, evening. Should be a good one. Yeah, it should be a good one if Sheila turns up. I don't know where she is at the moment. Don Trump, how you doing? 2 messages from you. This is the last stream in the... It's not my last stream in the UK. I'm not like going to Thailand forever. It's my last one for a while. I'm definitely in Bangkok until the middle of December, 100%. I can see someone coming in the back. How are you, Sheila? I can see you. Just say hello to everyone. Yeah, the masked, you got the mask on tonight. Yeah, so I mean, I am coming back. I will be doing streams again, but it's just I'm going to be there definitely till the middle of December. And if I can redo my visa again, I'll stay out there till the middle of January. So it maybe 3 months, you know. Thank you, Jeff. Very kind, mate. Straight in with a super chat there. Guys, when I'm talking to Sheila later, if anybody leaves a super chat, I don't want to interrupt her. So what I'll do, I'll put it on screen as a way to say thank you, but I might not necessarily actually say anything. Okay, so for these guys early, thank you for the beverage runs. Thank you, Jeff. Very, very kind of you as always. Right, let's say a few highs and then we'll bring Sheila in. Dutch Farang, ready for the last Sunday stream yet? Ryan, Tatley, hi. Alfretta Jim. Yeah, hello, Peter. Good evening. Geezers, oh, you must be gutted because you've just got back, haven't you? It's gone so quick. I remember you were on here and you said, oh, I'm going to Thailand soon, only a month, only 2 weeks, only a week, and you're back. It just went so quick. David Halpin, good evening. Peter, Sheila, looking forward to your last stream tonight. Yeah, World Traveller Forever, hi. What are you saying? Flying out Tuesday out of the US, counting the hours. Yeah. The problem is they say there's going to be storms until the 10th of October. Guys, if you're going to, I'll mention this a few times tonight. If you're going to Thailand in October, remember the 10th is a dry day. It's one of these Buddha holidays, okay? So the bars won't be serving, officially, they won't be serving any alcohol. And that just happens to be the day that I get down to Pattaya on the 10th. Damien, how you doing? Very, very quickly, quick story. Look at Damien there. Looks like a bit of a bruiser, doesn't he? Sort of guy you see on the front door. He called me today. He actually shit in himself. He ran in his garage, locked the door, shut the windows, closed the blinds, and I said, what's up? What's up? I thought somebody's trying to break into his house. It was a dragonfly. He was shitting himself because there was a dragonfly outside. You look at him, you wouldn't believe it, would you? But it's true. He told me himself. And I'm not taking the mickey. He did actually tell me that. Slumber Incorporated, how you doing? No Name, how are you? Boohoo, good evening. Thailand Found, hi. Jeff A. and Shabazz, that's a new one. Almost time for one of my favorite streams. Yeah, thank you. Scott G, how you doing? Tonto, Charles Sanders, good evening. Roger, how you doing? Who else we got? I've said hi to Clive. Asef, I always like your messages. Hi, handsome. Hope you're well. You must be talking to me. Thailand. Hi, Sheila. That's getting very fruity now. How you doing anyway? It's up to you. Hi, Steve Taylor. Hi. Did I say hi to you, Clive? STE Billabo, good evening. Mickey Berkshire, hi. Carl, Reggae Vibes, Kev12364, Marvin Northhouse, I said hi to Capio17, Thailand Found, hi everybody, especially Sheila. Looking forward to my last stream. The latest streams will be late for me, but we'll always watch the reruns. Okay. The other thing I've decided to do, you know, the poll has gone for Friday night now. You know, I put a poll out there. Do you want to do Friday or do you want to do Sunday? It's going to be a Friday night. I had like 50% didn't mind. And then out the other 50%, about 38% said the Friday. But what I am going to try, I'm going to do an ad hoc stream maybe on a Wednesday at, say, 8 o'clock Thailand time, which will be lunchtime in the UK. And I probably won't get many people in the UK watch, but I might pick up a few viewers in Australia and America, wherever. I don't know where it's, you know, where the time will be good at that time, but I'll try it anyway. And when I used to do the streams with Simon at lunchtime, we got about 120 in from the UK. So you never know. You never know. Little Rockstar, how you doing? Sean T, hi. Super nice. Good evening. Nick T, good to have you in, Nick. Rob, how you doing, mate? Randy, how you doing? Yeah, thank you. Safe travels. Mike Colesaw again. Hi, Peter. Hope you're well, buddy. I set my alarm for this stream. Oh, thank you. I'm honoured. Just say hi to a few more people, then we'll bring Sheila in. It's up to you. You're going down. Yeah. Guys, before I go on, let me just really sincerely, let me say thank you very much for all the feedback you gave me on the intro, on the stories. You know, when I do the stories on a Saturday, my personal style, I like to introduce them and give a little bit of an opinion, a little bit of advice on things that have gone wrong. And I had a guy come on, he said, why don't you just get into the stories? You waffle on too much. And I'm not concerned. People say, oh, you're oversensitive. Oh, I'm not. I just put it out there because I wanted to know what you guys, if I had a load of guys write in and say, yeah, you are a bit, you should probably just jump in the story. Then I know I've been told, but I put it out there and everybody, 99% said to me, they said, look, we're really happy with the format. We like the input from you in between the stories. So a lot of feedback on that, guys. So thank you very much. That helps a lot because I'm not wondering anymore. I've made up my mind. I've decided just keep the present format. Okay. Bernie, how you doing? Hectic Daddy, hi, how are you? Only a couple of days to your flight too. Yeah. Red Pill Denmark, how are you? Yours Travels, how are you doing? Who else we got? Let's have a look. Right, there's a Reggae Vibes. That's really generous of you, mate. Thank you very much. Here's for a couple of beers in Thailand. Safe trip. Thanks, Reggae Vibes. Brilliant. Thank you. And I will. When I'm there, listen, I'll be drinking like a fish. Right, is it Sandra Taylor? We've got another lady in the house. Hi, Peter. Happy travels. Kiss. Yeah, thank you, Sandra. It's very nice to see you in. We do get a few women in. I'm going to say hi to Mint. This is Sheila's girlfriend there, and I'm presuming that picture of the hand in hand there, one hand is darker than the other, so I can guess whose hands they are. But hi, Mint. How are you? Good to have you in the stream. Sheila will be in a minute. Mr. 2022, how are you doing? Sandra Taylor, you sat up then, Sheila. I see you in the back nearly nodding off. You sat up when I said that. You need to go a little bit back from your camera though, Sheila. I can only see this part of your face. I can't. That's it. That's better. Yeah. Right. Who else we got? Asef Shaik. Hope you're well after your fourth job. Yeah, I went for a jab today. I had it 4 hours ago. It bloody well hurt. You know, it was really painful. I mean, he just like bang, and it's starting to feel like someone's punched me in the arm. Physically, I feel good, no problems. But my arm is starting to feel like I've been punched, and I know in the morning when I wake up, I'm going to suffer in the morning. But you know, I've had it done now. Scott G, hi. I would like to skive off work to watch the lunchtime streams you used to do with Simon on a Wednesday. We used to get a few in, not a huge amount, but we did get some. I just want to try it. It's an experiment. You know, when I'm in Thailand on a Wednesday, I'm not going to go out every night. So like maybe on a Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, I'll just go live and see what happens. Right. Who else we got? Terry Lane. What's up? Took me a while to find the channel again. Had to create a new YouTube account. Okay, Terrell, good to have you in. High five. Hi, Pete. You've pronounced, let's have a look what you're saying there. Hi, Pete. You've pronounced us with a lot of quality. You've provided us with a lot of quality entertainment over the last couple of years. Much appreciated and have a great tip. Thank you very much. High five. Pacemaker 2005. Hi, Pete. Safe travels. Bump into you in Pattaya. Yeah, say hello if you see me, please. Paul Hoskin, how was your holiday? We missed you last week. I was talking to Andrew, and I'll be on the same flight as you. See you in Pat's next weekend. Can't wait. Well, Paul, if you're on the same flight, I'll be having a beer with. I'm not going to mention the day that I'm going here, but I'm going to be having a beer with Andrew. He's on Eva Air. I'm on Thai Airways. If you're there and you spot us, come and have a drink with us. You know, I mean, it's just don't tell us any of your jokes, please. Right. Oh, you've got 2 usernames on tonight, Randy. PA Commander. Sorry, have you already told us what airline and schedules you fly? Yeah, I'm on Thai Airways, Randy. I fly out at 9:30 at night. I don't want to give away the exact day. You never know. You know what I mean, right? Benji Ben, is it Peter? Enjoy your trip. Yeah, 7Z. Hi, geezers. Right, we're nearly there. Let's. Are you ready to come in, Sheila? Yeah. Okay. Right. I'm sure you all know Sheila, but let me give her a little bit of an introduction before I bring it in. Hang on, what does that say? Thailand fan. viewing figures will be watching the video regardless. Okay, thank you. Right, let me give you a little bit of background on Sheila. She's up in Scotland. She has a girlfriend called Mint. She was in the stream just now, the girl. I'm sure she's still there. And so obviously Sheila really has a girlfriend, if that makes sense. You can ask her what you want to within reason. We're not really going to talk about her and her girlfriend too much tonight, because that's what we did when Sheila was on the stream last time. So I've got a few questions lined up for her. Let me just make sure I can find them, Sheila. Yeah, I've got them. So look, guys, if you want to ask Sheila anything within reason, you can do. But, you know, she's not shy. You can ask her. But we want to try and move away from the Sheila and her girlfriend subject, because we spoke about that last time. So I'll stop waffling on, as that guy said, and I'll bring Sheila in. Let me just set everything up here. And there she is. How are you doing, Sheila?
Not bad. Hopefully you guys can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. I thought we didn't have any sound there. Have you got your camera that way up?
Yeah.
What are you using? Because you're very small tonight. Last time you were like that.
I'm using my phone. It's the best one.
That's fine. That's fine. Have you got it vertical then, or landslide? Okay, that's fine. We can see you, no problem.
Yeah.
How are you?
Not bad. Excited about finding out what happens with you when you go for your visa extension, because you'll be the guinea pig for us. So I'm hoping you document your journey.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it goes well.
Yeah, let me just turn you up a little bit here. Yeah, I'm interested in that as well, because I'm not quite sure, because, you know, I'm going to get the 45-day stamp when I get out there, and I know I can renew for 30 days, but there were rumors that when you get renewed, it will be 60 days, and then some people said 45 days. I really don't know, because there's so much misinformation out there. So, yeah, as soon as I know, I'll do a stream and let everybody know. How long are you planning to go out for?
As long as I can, if I'm honest. At least 2 months. So I'll take the 45 days, and then I'll be looking for extension. But if I can get another 30 at least, it would be ideal.
Yeah. Okay. And sorry, did you say it's December you're going out?
Yeah, December.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, so hopefully we'll meet up. You know, I'm going out this week, and I know your mother's coming over for a week and a half, isn't she?
Yes, the whole meeting. So hopefully I get the approval.
I'll probably give it a miss when your mum's there, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Meet you before or afterwards.
She's going to be coming over just after Christmas. So she's going to do Christmas in the UK with the rest of the family, and then she'll be coming over around about Boxing Day onwards.
What microphone are you using, Sheila? Because you're kind of coming and going. Your last time the sound was really good. It's kind of a little bit muffled, and it's a little bit kind of coming and going. Is it the phone on your phone, the mic on your phone, or?
How about that? Is that better?
That's 100% better. What did you do?
Took the earpods out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's really good now. It was really hard to hear you before, but now it's excellent. Yeah, great. Okay.
You set me up there, because Mint was saying that my earphones are garbage, and now everyone in the chat has confirmed it. So I have some apologizing to do.
Look, yours Travels just said the sound isn't great. I didn't want to say anything, because thank you, Sandra, for that super chat. Well appreciated. I didn't want to say anything because it's like I didn't want it to get into a technical discussion, but I can hear you much better now. I'm sure everybody else can. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Better to sort it out at the beginning.
Now, because I was having a go at her saying, "No, it's just your phone, and my headphones are fine." But yeah, it was my headphones.
You tried to get her to come into the stream tonight, didn't you?
I did, and her excuse was, and it is a valid excuse. She's got class early in the morning, so she's going to be too tired. But maybe next time, so maybe it'll be in person.
Hey, maybe we can do a stream from Thailand with her and you and me. Just maybe a quick one, a quickie. We can have a quickie. Right. Okay. Let's see.
Definition.
Yeah, definitely. I'm your second dad. You know that. I'm about twice the age you anyway, aren't I?
Sorry, we can call you Loom.
Oh no, don't call me that, please. Right, Javier says, Sheila, a very gentle and velvety voice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, have we got any questions for Sheila? What do you want to talk about tonight, Sheila? Anything special? I've got a couple of questions here. Rob, very generous people in here tonight. Rob, that's great, mate. Thank you. For Sheila, Mint, and of course, Peter, have a drink on me. Right, well, you'll have to remind me, Sheila. Look, Rob was my guest about 2-3 weeks ago. He's a very good guest. By the way, in case I forget, I hope it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen very often. If my stream goes down and you lose me, just keep going. I'll be back within a minute. That's what happened with Rob. Did you watch that one when Rob took over?
Yeah, and he did a really good job of just carrying on. Like it came naturally to him.
Yeah, Paul Hoskins said it was really good when we lost you and we had Rob on his own. I thought you cheeky git.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Rob.
Man.
That's really nice, Rob. And when I meet Mint and Sheila, yeah, I'll probably buy him a cheap dinner on that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We're quite easy. We're easy to please. Just give us some papaya salads and we're good to go.
Or we can get a bottle of something and get pissed.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let me start the ball rolling with some questions then that are non-Mint related. Okay. So let's talk about, why don't you tell us all about that grubby, seedy hotel you stayed in and why you left?
So it was on Soy 13, and this is when I had to book the test and go nonsense, that crap that we had to deal with. And then the rules changed, so I just contacted the hotel and I was like, oh, I don't need this anymore, but I'll keep my reservation. My thinking behind it was, it's near Nana, it's, we can go out, have fun, and then just walk back. Well, the pictures did not match. The hotel service was awful. When we went in, we were too excited, so we didn't really care about how the room looked. We just wanted to shower and get reacquainted. After that, we went straight out, got some food, and when we came back, we noticed that the sheets had basically mold, like mildew and mold. And then I went into the bathroom and I looked at the shower, the floor of the shower, and it was disgusting, like the back of a crocodile. Really? And we phoned up the hotel. It was about 11 o'clock at night. And we said, listen, the sheets are disgusting. The room's disgusting. Nothing what it looked like in the pictures. Change our rooms. They were like, oh, we can't do that till the morning. There's no rooms available. Funnily enough, we could hear people having an aerobic session next door as well. We're like, fine. Can you get us some new bed sheets?
Pay extra for that.
Yeah. I was like,
I know guys who'll pay extra to listen to
that. It was over in a minute, bless him. He was a real trier, so got to give him that. But yeah, they said they couldn't even get us some new bed sheets. So I was really irritated at that point because I'm not having her or myself sleep in dirty sheets. So they said, like, we'll look into it, we'll call you back. So she was like, let's go for a massage and then they'll phone us and we'll sort it out. An hour had passed into the massage and they didn't call me, and I realised they're not going to be phoning me back. So we just booked in another hotel in Asok, really nice hotel actually. And we just grabbed everything and left and had a decent sleep, decent aerobic session as well, but a decent sleep in a clean hotel, which was actually a little bit cheaper. And I was just baffled about how dirty it was. Now, if you don't care about the hygiene, it's a good location, but it's only appropriate if you were going to take like the cheapest option out of Nana. It's not where you'd really want to have a long time. It's more for a short time place.
Yeah, I'm really surprised at that because most of the hotels in Thailand, even the budget ones, are normally the really high standard of cleanliness. They're very, they're very clean actually. So okay, so yeah, I don't blame you for moving actually. But let's I'm going to try and, guys, if you've got any questions you want to ask Sheila, we'll try and get some of these in. So let's kick off with Capio 17. It's a serious question here. You can keep it fairly brief so we can get through a lot of questions, Sheila. But Capio 17 says, what, in your opinion, I don't know if you'll even know the answer to this, what is your opinion on the education system for women in Thailand?
So that's one thing I noticed. There's not a lot of gender discrimination in Thailand. If anything, it seems like they're actually quite pleasant towards their females. They hold them in high respect and regard, which is funny because you hear stories about how the bar girls' husbands are horrible and beat them up and this and that. Not necessarily the case in a normal functioning society. The women are also breadwinners. They manage the house, they manage the finances. It's normal. I think the education system is good if you've got the money for it. It just depends if you've got the money for it, and then also if you're willing to learn. But from what I've seen from the students, they're a lot better than the students in the West. they are more determined and appreciative of the opportunity to have an education, which is why I think academically Asians do better.
Absolutely, and they respect their teachers, and they not like here where they're right. Do you want to have a bit of a laugh? Let me put a silly question up, see if you can answer this. Okay, you can read it. I think I know the answer to the last bit. You don't have to answer that, but
yeah, I don't have daddy issues, so sadly that's a no. For Peter. Obviously, he respects me too much as well, but I am quite content in my current situation. However, I wouldn't be opposed to pimping him out a little bit when I am in Thailand if he's game. We can
you
make
won't be
quite a
opposed
good
to what?
amount of money. Pimp
Say
you
that
out a
last
little
week.
bit. Get
Pimp
a
me
wee
out.
OnlyFans. Yeah, get OnlyFans going.
Pimp me out. You won't make
Yeah.
much money on my backside. I tell you that. I'm a
you
old
don't know.
dinosaur,
People
me.
are into a lot of different things.
Yeah. Right. Okay, let's move on. Seamus, I just put that question up there because I don't think a lot of people thought I'd ask you that, but you're quite open-minded, so I know you wouldn't be shocked. I knew the answer to the last bit because I'm double your age anyway, even though I am, Right, Seamus Doherty, ask Sheila, does she support any football? I think he means team.
Oh, not intently. I think because of my English dad, I'm more of a cricket lover. But I would say if I had to choose in a derby situation, it would be Celtic and Man United.
Okay. I absolutely hate football. I've never liked it. I mean, there's not many guys don't like football, but I really don't. Right. Tom Charlie says, Paul Hoskin, that question made me laugh out loud, especially seeing Peter's face. You didn't think I'd read it, did you? Okay, let's have a look. Right, that's not an Edinburgh accent, is it? It's a Glaswegian accent. That's an Edinburgh accent. I spent years at school there. Is it Edinburgh or Glasgow?
It's not. It's just what I'm often told, a posh Glaswegian accent.
Okay, yeah. I've been to Edinburgh. I haven't been to Glasgow. It's got a reputation, has it? But now Glasgow, I mean, it's not. I mean, it used to have a bit of a violent reputation, but I mean, wasn't it made? Isn't it one of the top tourist cities of the world now?
Yeah, it's improved. I think at one point it was the stabbing capital of Europe.
Really?
But they managed to get it under control. The drug abuse has improved. The knife crime has improved. If anything, we should be giving London pointers on how to tackle it.
Well, I mentioned absolutely. I mentioned on the stream last Friday, I feel safer in Bangkok at 3 o'clock in the morning than I do in London at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, I agree. We were two girls walking down at Bangkok late at night in some of the more questionable areas, but we were perfectly safe.
Yeah. I'm just laughing. Have a look at that picture on screen there. Mike H. He says, Sheila, your hair looks beautiful and healthy. What shampoo do you use? I might try to improve my looks. You need a bit more than shampoo, Mike, if that really is you. Sorry, but
It's okay. Nothing about veneers won't fix. I actually use a special blend of oils that my mum makes. Because I am very hair driven. I think that was one thing that was different for Mint. She's used to, how the lesbians in Thailand have like short hair. So her exes had like short hair. I had long hair, so that was something different for her. But yeah, you have to oil your hair to keep it nice and healthy.
Yeah. Okay, great. Let me just yours travels question for Peter. James Casey just mentioned me on Facebook and asked, have you accidentally blocked him, Peter? I haven't. James is in the stream every week and I haven't blocked him, and I don't accidentally block people. What I'll do when Sheila gets into a long question, I'll have a quick look in the background to make sure, but I haven't. I don't think Damon has either. I don't know why this is, but if he's not able to leave comments, can you tell him that I will definitely look into this because James is in quite often. He's never said anything offensive. So the answer to that question is no, I haven't blocked him. Right. Right. Mark Hanley says, Som's Guest House Soy 22. I don't know that one. Do you know that one?
No. And I've got a feeling I maybe should avoid it.
Okay. Right. Damon says, Sheila, why did you say he was a real trier? Wasn't she was a real... I'm not understanding the end bit there.
That's okay. I get what he's trying to say. So I was talking about that Manky hotel the nasty one, and how I could hear a couple having aerobics. He was a real trier because for 2 minutes he was very energetic, like I could hear banging against the wall, but it didn't last long. So he tried.
He cried?
He tried. He tried
Oh, he
rather
tried. I
than
thought you
cried.
said he cried.
Yeah,
Right.
he tried.
Right. Yours, just on a different subject there. Can you tell? I've just had a quick look, and in the back there, and he's not blocked actually. I don't know what's going on. Maybe YouTube's. He might have to write to YouTube. He's definitely not blocked, yours. Right. Martin Blunson says, "Do you go to a go-go bar, Sheila?" Well, I know the answer to that, but you can fill him in what we've discussed already.
Not yet, but I've got permission that I can go accompanied with Mint and Peter. So hopefully, when we're meet up in Bangkok, we can go to a few.
Yeah, I mean, I said to you on the phone yesterday. We spoke yesterday, and I said the only thing that concerned me was some of the bars. They don't. It's probably changed now, but like because Mint's quite young, she's 20, isn't she?
Yeah, 21.
You know, if she, I was just a bit worried that they might not let her in some of the bars, not because of her age, just being a regular straight Thai girl. That sometimes some of the bars can be a bit funny. But you said she looks very Chinese, right?
Yeah, she when we were out in Bangkok and Phuket, everyone assumed she was Chinese and I was Thai, which made us quite. It was amusing. It was like new, far from.
Yeah. Okay. Steve P says, Sheila, can you hook Peter up with a ladyboy? That would make for a good story on the channel. I think I could hook up my own ladyboys, but unfortunately, Steve, I'm just not into ladyboys, mate. If I was, I wouldn't be ashamed of it. I'd make a video and say, look, here's my slash boyfriend, lady, whatever. I'm just not into ladyboys. Right.
An interview for ladyboy would be quite interesting if one would sit down with you.
An interview.
Yeah, like if you had the opportunity to interview a real ladyboy.
I will try and, I might try and do that when I'm in Bangkok. Other people have done it, but, will they come back and do an interview for free or will they want 2,000 baht? I don't know. And then if I give them 2,000 baht, will they insist on like pinning me against the wall, which I wouldn't want? I don't know. Maybe you can be our chaperone.
Yeah, I'll background. Be your heavy. I'll protect you.
Yeah. Yeah, please. Yeah. Right, that's a posh name there. Look, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Sheila, do Thai women have limits in the bedroom?
I think all women will have a limit, but from my experience, the younger ones are more open to trying. And this is women in general. The younger ones are willing to try more frowned upon things, I guess. In the past, the women were encouraged to be more prudish. That's not the case anymore.
Yeah. Why don't you just tell everyone what you told me? I'll remind you what you told me the other day. But when we were talking about girls like go-go bar dancer, beer bar girls, as opposed to regular Thai girls, and a lot of guys go to Thailand and they assume if they meet a regular Thai girl, there's no way that they're going to be unfaithful and everything. Why don't you tell them about the story you told me the other day with the boyfriends, with a regular Thai, a bit about her background, who she was, unless you don't want to mention it here because somebody close to you is listening.
No, it's fine. Because I told Mint I talked about one of our kind of friends. So there was a girl that she knew, comes from a well-to-do family, is studying law at a nice university, but at the same time was talking to like 5 guys and was bouncing around from one to the other, which I found surprising because obviously Mint and 2 or 3 of our other friends that I know aren't like that. But it just goes to show you that because of the outside influence, with social media, television, movies, the culture that men appreciated on Thai women, being shy, being family orientated, might not be the case anymore. They might be just as modern as any girl in LA or London.
Now, let me just get one thing straight now. You said that she's a regular Thai girl and she's quite young. She communicates with 5 different guys. Now, when you say she communicates, do you mean they're pen pals or she has little phone calls, or do you mean she meets up with them for regular aerobics session? Because it's quite an important point.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about the aerobics, but I know that she was talking to them and going for dates. But these were Thai guys, not foreign guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so
I'm
it was just
surprised.
out of character. Yeah, they were Thais, not
Well, I'm
foreign.
surprised she would know what Thai guys can be like. I'm surprised she risks it with 5, let alone 2.
Yeah,
They must have
and
changed, because a lot of the advice I give on bar girls and stuff, it's based on my knowledge over the last 30 years. But I guess now young girls of all sorts in Thailand, I suppose they're different now, aren't they? You know, they have tattoos. They never used regular Thai girls have tattoos now. They never used to have. It was just bar girls had tattoos in the old days, but it's all changing, isn't it?
yeah, there's a phrase that they use amongst themselves, and it's called "sakoi," and that basically means a woman of bad character. So it's
Yeah,
quite different. Oh, Peter Parker, why are you crying? You okay?
yeah.
You need a cuddle?
Okay. Right. Anesh Patel says, Sheila, what's your favorite place to hang out in Bangkok? Did you spend much time in Bangkok, or did you do more rural?
No, no. Avoided rural. Spent most of my time in major cities, or Samui or Phuket. I quite like Chinatown in Bangkok just because it's quite busy. It's nice, and
Champagne.
I was there around about COVID time, so it was nice to see, you know, activities around us. But I quite like Salem. That's quite nice, and the rooftop bars. They're quite fun.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know what Ceylon means? It
No,
means
what does that
four.
mean?
It means 4 winds. Sea, Noon Song Sam Sea, so
Oh,
4
yeah,
sea, and Lom is wind, so 4 winds. So a little bit of trivia for you there. Right.
interesting.
Yeah, Dutch Brang. What is this about banging and didn't last long? Well, I think she's explained that. Sheila's explained that. So she was checked into a room. She could hear a guy having aerobics in the next room. He made a lot of effort, but it was short lived. Am I right? Is that right, Sheila?
Yes, that's it. So he didn't last very long, but you never know. Maybe he was on his fourth round or sixth round.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be reading that. I've already got your story prepared. You know
Mm.
that I don't know if it's going to be this, because I'm going to Bangkok this week. Later on in the week, I've had to prepare stories because I don't want to be sitting in a hotel room. So I've got
Hmm.
4 weeks of stories, and then I'm going to have to sit in a hotel room. I might do audio instead of visual, just talk. But one of the stories is yours, and one of the points you made, which I liked, you said, girl on girl, it's not the same. You don't need recovery time like the guys do. You know, I mean, a guy who goes up for a game of Connect Four, he has to wait for a while before he can start his second game. But you said in that story with girls, you just flip the switch and the game begins again, right?
That's it pretty much. But I do have appreciation for all the hard work that men have to put in because most of the movement is on them sometimes. So,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
not, it doesn't go unnoticed.
Paul Hoskins, I'm not reading that out. Filthy swine. Right.
Trying to see what he said now.
Yeah, yours travel says James said thanks for checking, Peter. He will definitely refresh him. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, yours. He's a nice guy, James. He's never left anything derogatory. It's very rare I do block somebody. I mentioned somebody I blocked the other week there, but I had a legitimate reason for it. I won't name names again. Right. Okay, Dutch Frank says James Casey is relogging. Okay, yeah, that's the easiest way, isn't it? Just set up another. If you haven't got a YouTube channel where you show
Mhm.
video, just do a quick new username and come back in again. Right, Damien again. Sheila, why wasn't she a trier? It's always down to man to perform. Never understood this.
I think
Yeah,
if it depends on the situation, if she was there for a short time, if he was paying for a service, obviously she's not going to go overtime once she's already got the cash. Think
mm,
about it. If you're making money and you're going by the hour, if someone's done and dusted in 10, 20 minutes, then she can go back out and make some more money.
yeah. I mean, just to be clear, I mean, a bit of background because I know you more than anybody else on it because we've had phone calls together. But I don't think we've mentioned that yet. Mint is a very your girlfriend. Mint is a straight girl. You didn't meet her in a bar. She's a regular girl. She's gone to
Hmm.
uni, hasn't she?
Yeah,
When you go there, you're not paying her salary or paying her money or anything like that. You all pay your own way, and it's a very straight relationship, isn't it? People kind of
yeah.
assume if you're a foreigner, you must be paying something.
No, so that's the nice part of it. There's no obligation of, oh, I need to give her a maintenance or I need to support her family or anything like that. Yeah, we give each other gifts, but that's normal, like
Yeah.
back and forth.
Yeah, Kevin Sutherland. I get a lot of criticism because I go to Thailand. I won't lie, I am a dirty old man. Did you used to be a dirty young man, Kevin? That's the thing. Right, I'm a
Yeah.
dirty old man. I don't do any good in Australia, only in Thailand. Do you have an opinion on people like me? Before you answer, Sheila, and I'm not taking over the chat, I do want to just put some input here. So there are a lot of guys, to put it politely, I've never seen Kevin. I don't know what he looks like, but I know a lot of guys who aren't the most handsome man in the world. They're not very lucky with girls, and they tend to go out to the Far East, and they have short-term relationships. And you know, obviously, Kevin's question there is, what is your opinion on guys who do that based on his as a woman? I mean, what do you think about that, honestly?
I honestly have no issue with that. At the end of the day, you're an adult. You need companionship. If you're not getting it filled in your own country, and you know that if you go abroad, you'll get appreciated, then go for it. It's their loss. People who have issues with you going abroad was like, well, if you don't care for it, then set me up with one of your friends. You find me a nice Australian girl or a nice English girl, but you can't because they have higher expectations. They don't appreciate what I have to offer. At least when I go overseas, they see me for what I am. They don't try and change me, and there's a mutual agreement between us. So what's wrong with that? People need to mind their own business, if I'm honest. As long as it's legal, knock yourself out.
See, I get a lot of comments on this channel where people say they use words like exploitation and slavery and forced and, you know, words like that. And they just don't get it because they've never been to Thailand and they don't understand. It's not, you know, it's a mutual thing. You know, those girls can work in a factory if they want for like a small wage, or they can choose their own choosing to go and work in a bar and make 10, 20 times the amount of salary. And if you see the smiles on their faces when you're there, they're definitely not enslaved or forced. For the most part, you know, and I get so many people on here saying, you know, you're encouraging this this stuff that goes on, and it's like, you know yourself, you've been to Thailand as a woman. It is not like that, is it? You know, it's a mutual benefit thing for both people. This guy Kevin, who I've never met, he goes over there, he has a good time, he pays his way, and you know, the girl's able to make a good money, and she's happy to do it.
Yeah, I mean, they can work in like Gucci stores. Like if you look at Bangkok alone, I think there's like 4 or 5 Gucci stores in a certain distance. They can work in high-end stores. They can work, driving Bolt or Grab. There's lots of options. The assumption is that all these poor girls are having to sell themselves to feed their family. No, it's a case that they want more money, and they've made a compromise, so they're happy to go into that trade. You know, obviously some of them may have gotten into it in a wrong way. Maybe it wasn't their intention, but then the choice there was to stay. They can walk away from it. The concept, there was a story recently about a Chinese gang getting people to go to Laos first and then shipping them over. So yeah, things like that do happen. But as you saw, the Thai police for once were really quick on clamping down on it because it looks bad for them. So I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but the encounters that you will have on like Therme Cafe or Nana Plaza or Pattaya, it's very unlikely that you're going to be part of a forced gang from Vietnam or something.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you quite rightly said, I mean, they do have options. They can get a job in 7-Eleven. They can go and work in a shoe factory. They can, you know, work in a mall. They can sell noodles on the street. They can go out and make a living like many Thai girls do. But, you know, a lot of these girls, they don't want to make a living. They want the latest Apple phone. They want 24-karat gold hanging off them. You know, they want easy money. And for them, it is easy money. And it's a lot of money. So, you know, people who say, you know, those girls, they're forced, they're enslaved, and they're living wretched lives. I mean, it's just not true. But okay, that's a good answer. Let's move on. Yours again says question. I don't think Sheila's used any dating apps. Have you, Sheila? Yours says I'm using Thai Friendly now. Seems a great app.
So I've not used any. How I met Mint was actually from a learning app. So we were only there for the purpose of me learning Thai and Korean, and she was learning English. But I honestly couldn't make any comments about the apps. I've heard people who have had good connections on Tinder, Thai Tinder, and bad connections on other apps. So I wouldn't honestly know. But just be careful. Is the only advice I would give you, and don't take your wallet with you.
No, well, you'll be more handsome the bigger your wallet. Right, let's have a look at some of these questions I've got for you here. What Thai girls like find? Yeah. So what somebody's asked here. I've got some prepared questions here. It says what do the Thai girls find cute and or sexy?
Oh, that's an easy one. So the Thai girls, even when they're in their 40s, if you were to buy them a teddy bear, that would make them very happy. It's not seen, yeah, it's not seen as being creepy or anything. I've got teddy bears too. It's seen as cute, so they really do like the little cute things. So if you get them
Yeah.
small tokens of affection, they'd appreciate it. Chocolates, flowers. Flowers is a big thing because it's hard to just get a bunch of flowers like you can in the West.
Yeah.
So things like that would make a difference. Obviously, they like jewelry and the nice things too. But what I've noticed is from the stories and the people that I know, they're more appreciative.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, I'll give you a top tip, guys. If you use these dating apps, and I know this not from my personal experience, but I've got friends who've used them. And based on what Sheila's just said there about teddy bears and flowers and all things furry, if you go onto one of these dating sites, you put your profile up there with your photograph, a great photograph to put up there of yourself as if you've got a dog or a cat and you're there with your dog with your arm around it. I know it sounds silly, or you're there with a cat and you're stroking it. They love that. Thai girls just love those sort of pictures. And they see you with your dog giving it a kiss, it's like, oh, this guy's fantastic. He loves animals. But it is like that, isn't it?
Yeah, they
They're all out to
appreciate
get...
when a man's cute. So when you're being all cutesy, it's not seen as, oh, that's so unmasculine, ew. No, it's the opposite. They see it as endearing and sweet. So I would say definitely show your soft side. It will go quite far.
Yeah. What's Bernie saying here? Those on a 15-day visa on arrival will now be extended to 30 days. The possibility of 15-day extension, the 65-day approved. Okay, right. Thank you, Bernie. Yeah, hi Capio. You're just coming this stream. We've got if you've just joined us, guys, we've got nearly 400 in now. Thanks for joining. Just to let you know, this is my last stream from the UK for several months now, 2 or 3 months anyway. I'm very happy to have Sheila with us again. Sheila, the SEMI-FARANG. Why don't you just tell everybody where you get that name from again, Sheila, the SEMI-FARANG?
So essentially, when I was in Thailand, they never really thought I was a foreigner, so they thought I was Thai, which I found funny. So the joke I was making was, I'm seen as a foreigner in the UK until I open my mouth, obviously, and then I'm seen as a national in Thailand till I open my mouth there. So I was like, I can get away with being a bit of both.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not having to pay the dual costs, the additional fees, entry fees, and things like that they charge for ranks.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Kicks TV says, laugh out loud, Peter. Most bar girls would do it if the money want so good. Not many enjoy it why they fall in love with the money. Yeah, I mean, nobody's saying they actually enjoy the physical side of things. I'm sure I have seen girls in Pattaya who hook up with young guys. A lot of young guys go to Pattaya now, and they genuinely look like they're having a good time with them. Young guy, young girl. Yes, she's working, but they do look like they're having a good time with them. But yeah, obviously the money is the way to go. I've just got to nip to the toilet quickly, Sheila. Should I put a little break card on, or do you want to keep going on your own for a while? No problem putting a bit of music on.
Don't mind if you want to throw up your 2-minute Monger minute as well. I'm sure the guys would appreciate that too.
Oh, I haven't got the Monger minute now because I only do that on a Friday. I think that's deleted. What I'll do, I'll put a little break on, and then you can have a little nip to the kitchen and do what you got to do. Guys, I'll be back in 1 minute. Sheila's going to have a little break. Just 1 minute. I'll put the buffalo up and we'll be straight back with 390. And I hope we've still got 390 in a minute's time. God, that music is a bit too much after a while, isn't it? Okay. Oh, that's better. Right. Okay. Let's get straight back into it. Where were we? Right. Everybody's talking about the buffalo music now. Right. Okay. Sheila. Basically, I wear the mask because I have it written into my contract that I can't be on social media due to the nature of my work. Okay.
There's just some questions about, why is she wearing a mask? Though the boys didn't explain it.
While you're wearing your mask?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, do you want to mention why or not?
Oh yeah, just again, because I work in a bit of a quangle situation, partly for the government, partly for the public regulatory body for something that I won't say what it's for. I can't actually be on social media because we've to be held in high regard. So mongering isn't one of those things that would be accepted.
It's a shame, really, isn't it? Because we don't really talk too much about mongering. You're just on here, and we're having a chat with everybody, and it's quite nice. Believe it or not, that 1 minute break we had, I had 390 in the chat, and that's actually dropped to 60. Some people are quite impatient, aren't they? But hopefully we'll get them back again. Right, there's a question from Andrew Hammond there. It's quite a good question. It says, Sheila, do you get guys buying you and mint drinks in Bangkok bars, or at least do they offer to?
Well, that's the thing. I was out both times during COVID, so the bars weren't really an option. However, I am hoping that I get a few drinks bought for me the next time because, free drinks are free drinks.
Yeah, well, I'll get you. Rob's bought you a couple of drinks anyway. So, mind you, in Nana, I mean, Christ, it's expensive in there now. You don't want to be drinking too much in Nana. Right, Reginald Rutherford, where are you? There you are. What is a reasonable amount of time for toy? Oh, that's quite personal, that one, isn't it? Toy plays a strong relationship. My girl keeps getting carried away. I don't know. Do you want to answer that, or is that a bit personal?
No, it's not. It's not. I mean, in general, there's no. I wouldn't put a limit on it, but then you have to keep in mind that she should be appreciating your toy as opposed to the electronic one. Otherwise, what's the point of you? It's just the electronic one can do things that you can't, but that's okay. You can just figure out what she likes and then replicate it. But yeah, if she's spending hours and hours on it, you should tell her about the story about the woman who was found by paramedics with a toy inside her, and basically she had finished what would have been a marathon for normal people, but in like many short sprints, and ended up having a heart attack.
Oh, really?
So, all things in moderation, ladies.
Yeah, okay. I don't censor these comments before I read them, so I have to read them just to see if I can ask if they're... Evening, Peter and Sheila. Not sure how I can stop in, but want to wish you all the very best on your vision. Okay, thank you, Barry. Yeah. Let me just say thank you to Kevin there for a very generous donation there of 50 Australian dollars. That's about £25. Thank you, Kevin. Very, very much appreciated. So we can get another drink now. I can get Sheila another drink now. We'll top these up. We'll get a tab going, and the more I get, the more drinks I can get her, isn't it?
See what we can handle.
Okay. Unless we're in, of course, in Nana, then you'll see me hiding in the toilets a lot. Number one Celtic fan, obviously with your Scottish background there, says, does Sheila support Celtic or Rangers?
Celtic. I mean, look at me. Of course it's Celtic. Do I want my head kicked in?
Okay. Right. Thailand fan didn't want to leave us alone with Sheila, the SEMI-FARANG. I'm sure she could have handled it. Yeah, she wanted to nip off as well, didn't she?
Yeah, I wanted a wee drink, but I appreciate the protection.
Mike says, Peter, catch your breath. Look, I'll be honest with you, it's Damon's fault. That's why I had to put that on. You know why? Because every time I prepare a stream, I've got a methodical way of doing things. And one of the things I do just before the stream, about 10 minutes before the stream, is I get my cool box, okay, this one, and I've got blocks of ice and beer and lemonade I put in it, and I set it down, and I've got everything ready. I start the stream, and I'm talking to you, and I thought, well, I'll have a beer. I looked, and I haven't got any beer because Damien called me 5 minutes before the stream. I was yakking to him, and I forgot to get the beer, so I had to shoot out and just fill the beer and pretend I was going to the toilet. But I've got it now, so cheers. And you're obviously texting Mint.
I'm just checking if she's still awake because she needs to make sure that she wakes up for class tomorrow.
All right, yeah, because it's 6 hours ahead at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
7Z, most people look hotter with their mask on. Okay, well, if that's the case,
you're not wrong there. You're not wrong there.
If they do, let's carry on with the stream. And There we go. Maybe we'll have a few ladies in. Most people look hotter with a mask on. How are we doing? Now my
You're
glasses.
doing good. Actually, you got. I'll screenshot it later for you, but you got a compliment from Mint's flatmate. She said you look quite nice.
Quite nice,
She,
like in a
quite
fatherly
nice.
way.
She's
Or...
a 20-year-old model as well, so that's quite a compliment.
Oh, well, that's very generous of you, Yoss. Thank you, mate. That's a real nice. Take Sheila for a nice meal on me, Peter, and not street. I wouldn't take her for street food. But now with what you other guys have given, I mean, we can probably have a nice meal on that, Sheila. You know, you and Mint. But yeah, thank you. It's very generous of you, Yoss. Thank you. I forgot what we were talking about now. What were we talking about just then? Oh, yeah, her flat Mint's friend. Tell me more. Tell me more. How old is she?
She is 20, bless her. So she's a little model as well. I call her Luxal, which basically means daughter, because the joke is when we go out, she looks like a combination of a half Thai and a half Farang.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I mean, look, to be honest with you, I'm only joking. I mean, a girl of that age, I wouldn't insult her and I wouldn't embarrass myself. Do you know what I mean? If she said I look, what did she say? I look nice, did she say?
That you look nice, yeah.
Well, you know, fair play.
There you go. I think the haircut worked in your favor, you know.
I've just had it done because
that's it.
You know, before you go off to Thailand, there's lots of jobs you do. You know, even as a woman, you have to buy all your. I'm going for 2 to 3 months. I've had to buy loads of
like
stuff.
Deodorant and things like that. They don't have as much. Like they have very, very small cans. And I used your advice, what you said about mosquitoes. And when I started spraying the deodorant on my legs, the mosquitoes stopped attacking me.
Do you have a problem up there with mosquitoes then, or?
Yeah, they must love my blood because they were eating me.
It does work. The downside with what do you call it? Perspirant. I can't forget the word. Antiperspirant. It works a treat because you know you do under your arms, and then I do all the exposed areas and my legs. I wear shorts. But the problem is you get through the deodorant very fast, and it's quite expensive to buy in Bangkok. So I'm taking 5 cans of deodorant out with me, and it's mainly to use as mosquito repellent. Because if you go to 7-Eleven, they sell these roller things, the sticky things. I hate them.
That's it. Most of them are rollers.
Yeah, but you can go to Boots or Watson's and get deodorant, but the can's small, you know, and it's like 600 baht or something. Maybe not 600, but it's expensive. You know, I go to this place called Pound Saver Bargain Buys or Home Buys or something, and you can pick up these cans for £1 and razor blades, you know, like 1,000 for 50p or something. But you know, I mean, it's just I've got a lot of luggage, you know. So, but I'm glad it's worked out for you anyway.
I know that I've got asked a question by Mint's friend. So her name's Ploy, her flatmate and her best friend, and she asked if you've got any sons. So do you want to let her know the situation? Yeah, you've got any sons? Yeah.
Well, what you want to say to her is why deal with the apprentice when the master craftsman is within your reach, right? I mean, you know,
have the original, not the copy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they say the best tunes are played on an old piano, right?
That's it. There you go.
No,
but if you did have a half Korean son, he would be a heartthrob. Like he'd be very popular in the UK because Koreans are a big thing now, and he'd be very popular in Thailand as well.
Who would?
If you ever had a Korean son, like a half
English,
half Korean boy.
I've got 2 daughters, obviously, who are half Korean, and you know, obviously their mother's Korean, so they don't look kind of totally Korean. They're mixed, but they get a lot of attention from guys. You know, they get a lot of attention. As a dad, it was hard for me to deal with in the early days, but you just have to accept it. You know, I mean, it's life, isn't it? Okay, right. Let's rant and rave 30. Sheila, my Thai girlfriend hasn't tried toys. What's a good startup for us?
So there's a small one that's not. It doesn't penetrate. It's just for the. I don't know what I can say.
It massages the outside of the pillowcase.
Yeah, it's for the cap, not for the whole bottle, just the cap, and it does the trick because most of them will arrive through the smaller end of things.
Yeah. I got you. I hope that helps you out. Right, it's YouTube, guys. We've got to be in a roundabout way. David Craig, I recently wrote a book with someone who works for GCHQ. I can never reveal his name or her name. Fair, yeah, okay, understand. Yeah.
Because it's not just about losing your job; it's you can end up with jail time in some of these occupations.
I know, because you sign like, not the Official Secrets Act, but you sign
Mm-hmm.
declarations, don't you, not to speak or appear in certain places. Randy, thank you for that. I prefer older ladies. Are older bar girls looking to get out of the business, or just more experience at draining my wallet? I think I can probably answer that one better than Sheila can, but I'll let Sheila have a go at it. What do you think?
I think it'll be a mixed bag. I think some of them will genuinely want to get out and settle down and, have a secure future. But, you know, old dogs, new tricks doesn't really go well. Like, you could do it, but like the example you give of the stories, when they come to like the UK or America and then they get bored and they're missing out on that social element and then they go back to their old tricks. There's always a possibility of that.
Did you ever watch that video that I put up about a bar girl called Lek, who came down from Isan when she was about 17, and she worked in pattaya for about 20 years, and she met an English guy who she actually fell in love with? It took a long time for her to fall in love with him because, she'd worked in the bars for years and she was very, she did hands off, but he genuinely did love her and it worked out. Did you watch that video or not
Yeah,
yet?
no, I like that one because it was such a nice story. It was like,
Yeah.
a success story.
Yeah, and it can happen, Randy. I mean, the thing is, what you've got to remember, the older they get, a Thai girl at 50 still looks great. I mean, my wife's Korean. She's not Thai, but she's 56 now, and she still gets, guys turning their heads in the street. I notice it, but, what you've got to remember, it's about their earning potential, isn't it? And when they're 25, 35, 38 even, they've still got that earning potential. But once they get to 50, that earning potential is starting to dissipate. And also on top of that, they just get tired. They just want out of it. The same old, I'm 62. I used to love going to go-go bars, listening to loud music and getting pissed out my brains every night. But, the loud music in a go-go bar, I just can't handle it now. I don't mind going now and again, but I couldn't do it every day. And I suppose it's the same with these girls. It gets to the point in their lives where they, they just want to leave it behind them, as it were. And that's a good point from Paul there. He says most of the older bar girls have probably got children they need to support. They'll be in the bar for a reason. Yeah. Okay. Right, Javier again. Peter, change your background, please. We need to see some good-looking girls. I haven't really got any at the moment, Javier, because I'm going. I've been a bit lazy. I'll have a look in a second, but I just thought it was a nice background because, funny enough, Sheila's background happens to be purple as well in the background there. So it kind of matches, doesn't it? So I'll stick with it for a while, and it kind of matches, doesn't it?
I was hoping the one with the silver or white bikini would make an appearance.
Silver
the one
white
with the
I think it changed them. This one, was it?
No, it was another one. It was like she was like pushing you towards her cleavage.
Oh, let me see if I can find that. Keep talking, Sheila, because it will take me a second to find it. Is that the one where she looks like she's got a hand on my back?
I think so.
Yeah, that's a nice picture. I don't know if I can find it.
If you can find it.
Hang on.
But I will say I don't blame guys for looking at all the Thai girls because most of them they're really well presented. They look after themselves. They make an effort going out. There's very like in the UK. I don't know about in America. Maybe it is the same. Like in Walmart or Tesco and Asda, and they're in their pajamas with like crazy hair, and you're just like, you left the house looking like that. You chose to leave your home looking like you got hit by a bus.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't actually see that picture. I know the one you mean. I've got a load of them here. But you did say you liked another one. Where's that one with the vampire girl? Because that was quite nice. I've just got so many here. It's been 3 years I've been gathering.
Go with your vampire girl because I know you quite like her as well. She's a crowd pleaser.
Okay. There we are. Another one you mean. I can't. Yeah, she has a white bikini, doesn't she?
Yeah.
That's the one.
There you go.
She's a vampire girl. That one there looks like a vampire.
The one with the Princess Leia buds.
That's it. Yeah. Lovely. Right. Okay. Enough of Princess Leia. Right. Simon in Siam. I guess you've just come in, Simon. He said Sheila liked the ladies. Oh, absolutely. She's got a girlfriend there. Right. Viva Focus. In America, they wear bonnets to the store. That's an old-fashioned word, isn't it? Bonnets.
Yeah.
I mean, when did we last say bonnets? What do we call them? Just hats now, isn't it?
Yeah, just the skull caps or shower caps, but I know what he means. Yeah, they'll have
Yeah,
their colours in and then they'll walk in.
yeah. I think that's the picture Sheila was on about, David. I'll have another look for that in a minute. So look, Jay Frost, that's who's there texting all night. Mark Hanley, okay. Paul Scott, for me, let's have a look. What is he saying now? Alan Potter, have COVID restrictions been lifted for Thailand from 1st of October? Sorry if this has already been talked. Yeah, it's all done and dusted. We're not going to get into that. 1st of October, back to normal. Nothing. You don't need anything. Right, we've got any more questions. Let's have a look. Yours again. He says, I had a Thai massage last Saturday. She was 44 and looked 25. She ended up with £100 out of my wallet. Was that just for a massage, yours? Be honest. I mean, that seems a little bit much for a massage, even in the UK. Because when I was
Yeah.
at the Thai festival in Ealing, they had a massage lady at a stand there, and she quoted me £30 for 30 minutes, which is about 1,200 and something baht. £100, I think, is a bit more than a massage involved there, to be honest with you, Yoz.
Oh, well, I was going to ask, did he bring his own lotion or was the lotion supplied? Because if he was supplying, he should have got a discount.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Have you ever been for a nice massage, like a soapy massage, anything like that in Thailand?
No, I've not had one like that. I've had nice professional ones, but I've not had a soapy one. I don't think I'd be allowed one, if I'm honest.
Well, you could
That
probably
would
go
be
in and have
pushing
one
it.
together, could you?
Oh, I don't know. You know what? It's my birthday when I'm going to be out there, so I'll see what kind of gift I get. But yeah,
Oh,
unless I've
what's the
got a
date
death
of your
wish.
birthday?
In
What
December.
December?
Yeah.
You're not like one of the Thai bar girls where you have 4 birthdays a year, are you?
No, no, dear God, one's bad enough. We actually won't be able to celebrate until she's finished her exams.
Okay.
So I'll have to hope for a nice home treat instead.
That's the one, isn't it, Sheila?
Yeah, that's her. She's
She's
looking at you with a
she's
happy
looking at me,
face.
saying, there, Peter. Come on, keep that stream going. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
she's happy. It's like you've rung the bell or something. She's like, oh yeah, I've got me a
Yeah,
winner.
you can see her on, but you can't see what my hand's doing, can you? Let's down here, look. Right,
Maybe
okay,
fishing.
let me go back to my questions. Let me just see what Dutch Frank said.
Yeah.
Dave, you're getting over with a comment, okay. Looking for some serious questions here. Mark Hanley says vampire girls are minger. Mark, you should have gone to Specsavers, really.
She's not bad.
Jessie, I think she's lovely.
Yeah,
we've all got
better
different
than
tastes.
what's at the local pub with missing 4 teeth and pure saggy skin.
Well, you never know, do you? I know a guy who's really into skinny girls, and I mean, when I say they're skinny girls, when you see them, I mean, they're not kind of slim girls. I mean, these girls look like they've been starved to death for 2 months. I look at them. He was telling me one of them weighed 45, 42 kilos or something she weighed, and I see a picture of her. I think, my God, she needs like not a good meal inside her, like a bloody month of good meals inside her, but that turns him on. Everybody's different, aren't they?
Yeah, but it's like the people who are like chubby chasers who like to feed and like all that.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Mahan, you said, Peter, keep your stream just as they are. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and thanks for your support if you left a comment on that. Right, let me go back to one of these questions here and see. Right, what I want, Mint. Okay. What? So you told me that your girlfriend Mint is coming over to the UK for a holiday, right?
Yeah.
Right. So the question is, what do you want her to experience when she comes to the UK? Because dealing with your in-laws and stuff like that. Because she's not been here before, has she?
No, it'll be the first time coming to. She's been to other places with her family, but not to the UK. So I want her to get a taste of the culture, what it's actually like the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because she might do her masters in the UK. So if
She
she's
might do
gonna do
what?
her
Sorry?
masters, I want her to see what it's actually like. But I want her to get a really good chippy, like a nice fish and chips. I want to take her to a football match. Like I know they have football matches in Thailand, but it's not the same. And
Yeah,
I
I
want to
mean,
take her down around Scotland, up to the Hebrideans, maybe the Isle of Skye, let her see a bit more of where I'm from.
yeah, definitely. When my wife's about 10 years ago, my wife's family came over. It was her brother and his wife and their daughter. And when they came over, we offered to take them out for a nice meal. And I said, because he didn't speak English, but I said through my wife, where would they like to go? And the first thing they said is, we want English fish and chips. And I said, well, don't you want to go out somewhere? They said, no, we want fish and chips and we want them in the
Yeah.
paper. And they got this vision because, people in England eat fish and chips in newspaper, which we don't anymore, of course, because of health issues. But yeah, they got it, and yeah, they seem to enjoy it, you know. So maybe she will as well. But I think the portion might be a bit big for her if she's only a little girl.
Massive portions, but she's accustomed to now because I show her pictures. I'm like, look at this, look at that, and she's like, what the hell? She's been watching a lot of The Crown recently, so I know she'll want to do the palace and things like that as well.
Yeah, I mean, anybody who comes to the UK, they'll want to do the sights of London, definitely, won't they? You want to show around Scotland, obviously, because you'll be proud to show your background. But, you know, she'll want to see Buckingham Palace. She'll want to see Westminster Bridge. She'll want to see the Houses of Parliament, all the things they see on TV, you know. I took my kids when they were young, you know, we did the tourist thing. I remember my daughter when she was young, you know, at Nelson's Column, they have the lions on, 4 lions on those very tall slabs. They're higher than me. And I put my daughter up there. She was only young, about 8 or 9, with my elder daughter. And I went off with my wife and sat down. I used to smoke back there. I was having a fag cigarette. And she wanted to get down. She couldn't get down because it was so high. She just leapt off it. And she didn't break her ankles, but we had to leave and go home because she couldn't walk, you know, and terrible. Yeah. Okay. So yours said, Peter, the massage was £40 for an hour, then £100 for many, many extras. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Hopefully you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Andrew Hammond, a proper Thai massage is brutal. You come out more painful than when you went in. I used to go to this place off Washington Square, Bakasoy 22, and it was all old ladies who worked there. And that was a real massage. You know, they had like a railing for you, like a hand railing, but it was on the ceiling, and they'd walk on your back.
On you.
And it was incredibly painful. But you know what? When you come out there, you felt 10 years younger. You know, it was almost like you could leap and click your heels together. I mean, it was brutal, but these women were professional massage ladies. They weren't like, you know, a little bit of that and then, you know, all the extras, as it were.
Well, that's the thing. If a massage is good, for the next 2 days you should be in pain, and that's when you know it actually works.
Yeah.
But for
like
me,
my
it was
arm
too
now,
brutal.
you know, my arm is starting to feel like someone's punched it. You know, I had that injection. I feel okay, but it's starting to get really. I reckon when I wake up tomorrow. Right, there's a bit of an interesting question there. I don't know if you can answer that. That's from Reginald.
We've talked about it.
How would you do that?
We're not ruling it out, but we're not fixated on that idea. If we go down that option, we've considered adoption. Just because why not give someone else a chance? You know, there's someone who needs parents. If we want to be parents, let's go ahead with it. But how we would raise our child would be quite different. We don't like forcing ideals onto children. You know, like in the problem right now in the UK and also America as well, is they're talking about everything. They talk about sexuality. They talk about, you know, sex, like, you know, the reproductive at very young ages. I really don't like that. You know, a kid is going to school to learn. So for us, it's ideally, if we went down that route, we would probably adopt. So a child has a chance. But then when the child is growing up, our sexuality is not going to be a major thing. It's not going to be addressed constantly. The child will choose who they like and who they don't like. It's not a case that if we take a boy and he puts on a tutu, oh, he wants to be a girl, let's go and make him into a girl. No, because tomorrow he's going to put on a fireman's hat and then the next day he's going to dress up like a wolf. It's a kid. Let the kid be a kid. So we're not decided about children just because we really don't want to raise children in this kind of environment. The world's too PC crazy.
Okay, so let me whiz through some of you, getting quite a few questions now. So a quick one on this one, just a yes or no, probably. I'll let you read that out and you can answer it real quick. You don't know it now? Okay.
No, I don't. No, but not Thai, no.
Okay, you've explained this one already, but just for anybody who's new into the stream, why don't you tell everybody what you actually are?
Yeah, so I am a mix of Pakistani and English. I was born and raised in Scotland.
And I think what people might find quite interesting as well is your religion, because you are actually a Muslim, aren't you?
Yes, I am Muslim. We were raised like that, but we were given the freedom of choice. We are encouraged to keep it private. We are not the preaching kind of family. It's the case of your relationship with God is private.
Yeah.
Don't bring it into other environments. Keep it out of work. Keep it out of your friend circle. Like, you can have discussions and things, but you shouldn't make a case that you're forcing people into these conversations. Take or leave it kind of thing.
No, it's good that you're doing your own thing. You know, the reason I mentioned that was not to have a dig or anything like that.
No,
It was just
it's
to
just
say,
surprising.
yeah, it was just, it would surprise some people, Right. Anesh Patel says, Sheila, if you had a choice, one beach to visit in Thailand, which one would it be?
Surin Beach in Phuket, it is absolutely beautiful. It is a stunning, very clean beach. I've seen some in, the Patong one, not that nice. The Rawai one is okay, but Surin one, definitely one to go to. Very nice.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah, a lot of the adverts that they had in the UK in the 70s and 80s, like the Bounty advert, or the Cadbury's Flake, with a girl sitting on a palm tree with all revealing clothes or little clothes, and it's palm trees and golden sand. They're all shot around Thailand. A lot of them around Phuket, and I don't know if you're aware of it, but Cha'am, which is about 20 kilometers from Hua Hin, a lot of famous Thai models go down there to have their photos taken.
Photo shoots, yeah.
Photo shoots. It's a very big, because it's quite a quiet town. It's got a beautiful big beach, and some real big name professional models. You can see them in Cha'am from time to time in the week. I don't know. I don't know if you knew that already. Right, Pacemaker 2005 says, Sheila, have you given Scottish food and drinks to your other half yet? If so, how did it go?
So I'm very excited because this time round, because the rules are more relaxed, and I've got a higher weight limit because I'm going by Thai Airways, so I've got 30 kgs. So I will be taking Iron Brew, which is for the Europeans and Americans. It's basically like an orange soda, but it's Scotland's national drink. I'll also be taking her Empire biscuits. So just things that you can only get in Scottish tablet. So things like that I can get for customs. Obviously, I'm gutted I can't take her like a square sausage.
Yeah, I remember the square sausages. Okay. I just seen, right, I just went to look. I can't remember who said it, but I read a comment out and it said you should read Paul G's comment out. I've just gone back and looked at it.
Can you post it again?
No, I'm not going to read it out, Sheila, because it's kind of it's opening up a can of worms, which I don't want to get into. Right, Mark, how you doing, mate? I'm here with Sheila. Good to have you in. Nick T, right, question for you. Have you given thought to being a parent? Oh, well, you've answered that one already. Okay, a little bit behind in the comments, I think. Let me see what I'm about. Yeah, I'm about 10 minutes behind. Let me jump to some of the later comments. I'll work backwards. Haggis, yeah. What is haggis? Is it sheep's stomach or something like that? Something brutal like that?
So it's like liver, kidneys, nice rich cuts of meat, and then it's in the stomach lining. But it's not always the case now. It's just traditionally it would have been in the stomach lining. It's actually quite nice. If anyone comes to Glasgow, and when she comes, I'm going to take her for this. There's a haggis pakora.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful fusion, and I'm going to make her eat that. She'll probably gag, but I've seen Thais eat worse, so.
I couldn't eat. I don't think I could face, from what you've just described. No offense to you or anybody Scottish, but haggis, I don't think I could keep it down. To be honest with you,
it's quite nice. It's if you like liver and onions and stuff like that. If you can eat rich meats, then you'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean it's all good. It's not bad for you. I mean, offals actually. People would be surprised that they eat a lot more offals than they know. Kidneys and all the rest of it, heart, liver, and all that. I mean, they don't throw that away. A lot of burgers, I won't name names, but it's all seasoned and flavored, and they're not using the best cuts of meat, are they? That goes on the supermarket shelf. All the other meat, which is meat, is mixed up and it's got salt and flavorings in it, so you eat a lot more offal than you think you do. But I remember when I was a child, I was forced to eat liver and cabbage and boiled potatoes, and I couldn't eat it, and I left it, and my dad brought it out again for dinner and then for breakfast, and in the end, I took a beating because I just couldn't stomach it,
But it was a
bad
luxury.
memories.
So he's trying to give you good nutrients, but obviously as a kid, though I think I was a little bit odd because as a child, even now, every winter I want to have like a bone marrow stew. But it's delicious.
Bone marrow stew.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I don't know. Yeah, we've had somebody in there. It looks real to me. 42 subs. I think we've got a troll in there, but Capils and Damien are on the case there, so I'm not worried about that. Right, I don't know. Saji, I'm not going to put your comment up, but even I know the answer to that. Apparently not. No, I don't know if you can see that comment. Can you? I'm not going to put it up, Sheila.
Oh, I want to see it now. Where are my fingers? I want to see what the comment is now.
Okay, well, you can answer it. I mean, I don't want to offend any. Let's just say we don't want to offend anybody. I don't know if it's sarcastic or whatever. I'll put it up, but try to answer. If you don't want to answer it, let me know. I'll take it down. And if you do, just yeah, okay, there you go.
It's a case of you're not, and you're also not allowed to fornicate, so you shouldn't even be touching. So the rules are the same. Adultery is adultery. Anything before marriage is a sin.
Okay, fair play. You answered it. We don't need to say anything more than that. Okay, let's have a look. Who else we got?
But we also believe hate the sin and love the sinner. Same like Christianity.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll just put that there. What do you think of that comment?
Yeah, you nailed it there. You nailed it there.
Right. Okay. We said we wouldn't give your. I certainly wouldn't give your profession away, but I know what you do.
Let's hope I don't come across one of you guys.
Look. Quite clever.
No, I'm more brutal than that. I actually have the ability to take people's livelihoods away and careers that they've worked for maybe 30, 40 years.
Terrible. I don't know if I want to be mates with you anymore now. Right, Capio says Kowtows are beautiful, but I wouldn't give them my money at Mafia Island. Is that the one where they had all the murders, or was that another one? There was an island, wasn't there, in Thailand?
I remember, and someone wrote a book about it as well.
They called it Murder Island, didn't they? There was a little mafia family that ran it, and foreigners went missing, and girls got raped, and all sorts of horrible things went on there. I don't know if it was that Kowtow. That might be the one. Let us know, Capio, please. Yoz says haggis is amazing. I'll take your word for that, Yoz. Right, okay. Okay, there you go. Nice question for you there.
No, because my dad's English, so like the only white in the family, he's not Scottish. But I have a very good Irish friend and a very good Scottish friend. So whenever it's like big functions, they let me borrow their tartans.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Javier says, Sheila, if you have a chance, take Mint with you to visit the mysterious Loch Ness.
Oh, yes, 100%. She needs. I'm going to make her watch the movie, so she has an appreciation of it. Give her a bit more of the folklore. But yeah, we'll be going to Inverness. I'll also be taking her to see our dolphins because she's not far. She doesn't live too far from Samui, so she's got the pink dolphins near. Whereas we've got the bottlenose ones up in Scotland. I think they're bottlenose ones. Yeah.
Will you indulge me with a question? May I answer a question? I've got one here for me. It says, Kev12360 says, Peter, can I ask, were you born in Northamptonshire? You do have a North accent. I wasn't, good guess. I wasn't born in Northamptonshire. I was actually born in a borough in London, close to Hampstead Heath, actually. But I actually grew up in Northamptonshire because I was adopted. So I was born as a baby down in London. My adoptive parents come from Northamptonshire, and I was actually raised here in Northamptonshire. So very good guess. Okay. Mark Hanley says, Yoz, how much you win on the lotto? Okay. I didn't know you won the lotto there, Yoz. Hence a very nice super chat tonight. He's won the lotto. Well done. Hope you win it again. Okay. So Peter says, Sheila has a lovely Scottish accent. Doesn't sound Glaswegian. Okay.
Too much time in London.
Okay. Capio says the Quran and Bible are like Thailand. Everything is banned. Okay. I don't know about that. We're not going to get into religion tonight. I'll get some stick. We'll both get some stick. Right.
But I would just say it's everyone's interpretation. So you just got to see it that way.
Yeah. I want to know more about Mint's friend.
Yeah.
No,
I was really hoping her, she calls her Yai, is like her grandmother, but she's only like 56. Yeah. I really wanted to like hook you up because she's got her own business. She's
but
like,
her name is Yai? Her name is Yai?
Yeah, she calls her Yai, so like maternal.
Is she tall? Is she tall? Is she a tall girl? That's why then, because Yai in Thai, Yai means big. So yeah. Actually, her name is big.
She uses the word yai, which she explained for them basically means your mother's mother. So it's like your maternal grandmother. But she's 56. She is a stunner. Like, she is a stunner, university educated, has her own business, but she sadly decided to fix things with her ex. So she's back together with her husband, because you know how it is. It's frowned upon to get a divorce.
Yeah.
So they're
Same
making
in
things
Korea.
work. Mm.
Used to be the same in the UK up until about 1960.
Yeah.
Tonto says, do you like whiskey, Sheila? Being Scottish, I guess.
Yes.
Do you? Do
It's
you drink
nice.
it regularly or?
Every now and then. I've been told that I shouldn't drink and smoke because of my health condition. It makes it worse. So it's just a cheeky one around the holidays or if I'm out.
Sorry, did you say you smoked?
I used to, but
How long
that
ago
cut
did you
down
give
a
up?
lot. I used to have maybe 3 or 4 a day. I've completely given up. Mostly, I'd say I'm 90% done, and that's largely because of Mint. She's encouraged me to stop bad habit. But prior to that, I was maybe still having like 1 or 2 every 2 days. Now it's like I'll have one if I've got a really stressful day, and then I won't have another one for like 3 weeks.
Yeah. I mean,
Thai girls are a good influence.
When I gave up smoking myself, I mean, I used to smoke roll-ups, but I guess I used to smoke. That was only to save money, but I was on about 40 a day, 30 to 40 a day. I smoked like every 10 minutes. It would have killed me. And when I gave up, my wife, who was smoking at the time, she also gave up, and she said she's given up to help me. So it's not, if there's cigarettes laying around and you've given up, you only need a second of, you could just get straight into it. And the thing is, she only smoked 4 cigarettes a day. And I said to her, look, don't give up, for me, because she doesn't drink any alcohol. She had 3 to 4 cigarettes a day. And, if I could smoke 3 cigarettes a day, I'd have never given up, because I always enjoyed the first cigarette of the day and I never enjoyed any of them after that. It was just habit. And I used to get so much nicotine in me that sometimes I've got a headache from it,
See, it was good in the sense that I hate the smell of it and the lingering taste. So every time it was a lot of effort for me, because I'd have one, then I'd go brush my teeth and wash my hands and spray myself. So it's nice not having to do all of that.
Well, I was talking to Damien about this today, funny enough, because I said to him, because he smokes at £11.50 a packet of Benson Hedges. I nearly fell off the sofa. But, I said to him, I'm not going to be a reformed smoker and start preaching. But you don't realize until you give up smoking just how disgusting it actually smells.
Yes.
When you drive and you pick somebody up who's they're smoking, they put it up on the pavement and they get in your car. It's awful, isn't it? And you don't realize until you actually give it up. So I understand why you used to brush your teeth after every cigarette.
Yeah. Wasn't nice.
No. Okay. Crypto Rocketeer says, really nice to have a lady on the show, Peter. Thanks, Sheila, for being brave enough to tolerate the idiots along with the best of us. I think he's talking about me there. But it's Sheila's she's got her stripes now because this is her second time on, and it probably won't be her last time on. Right. Okay. I can see you're there sort of like between us and Mint there, aren't you, on the old phone?
No, she's gone to bed, but someone asked a question and that was fine. I was like, quick reply, save a bit of time.
Okay, A then says you've got Peter interested. I don't know what he means by that.
Damn right.
I've always treated you with respect, haven't I? I've never sort of said anything inappropriate.
No, we have banter, which is nice, but you never cross the line, and I respect that. And that's the same with most of your audience. We can have banter, but there's a limit, and most people are very, very respectful, which is why I'm comfortable coming on.
Yeah, I mean, and if people get a little bit too fruity later on, then obviously we can, shut them down, as it were, for a while. There's a lot of guys, not a lot. There's a few guys that come into the stream, and everybody has a drink, especially on the Friday night stream when we do, because you like the Monga Minute as well, don't you?
I do. Oh, they're quite nice.
Yeah.
I appreciate you trying to time the music to the actions. Makes it go quite smoothly.
Yeah, it's not easy, but the problem is now when I'm in Bangkok, when I'm doing the live streams, there's not going to be any competitions on Monga Minutes because they're all fillers while I'm in England, because otherwise a stream's boring just sitting in front of a camera talking unless you've got an interesting guest like yourself. So that's why I did all that. But obviously in Thailand, I'll be talking about Thailand. Yeah. Okay. So what flight how do you actually get to being in Glasgow? Because being in North Hampshire, I just go straight down to Heathrow and it's a direct flight to Bangkok. What do you do? What's your route?
So it just depends where I am. If I'm in Glasgow, I'll have to go either take a domestic to London and then London to Bangkok, or it will have to be Glasgow to Dubai, Dubai to Bangkok. When I go this time, I'll be in London for a couple of weeks anyway for work. So I'm just going to fly straight from Heathrow over to Bangkok.
Will you stay in a hotel in London while you're down there and then go? Or?
Oh, no. I've got friends and family, so I've got access to like flats, empty ones as well.
Yeah, that's good. When I went in December, because of the way things were and it was really slow and it was full on COVID, but I thought I'd better go and do some films and stuff, or some uploads. And I actually stayed in a hotel at the airport. And it was great, and it was only about 60, 70 pounds, and it was very convenient. I woke up in the morning, had a nice greasy breakfast, full English breakfast, and then I got my flight. But what really disappointed me was they don't have fridges in the rooms. You know, it was a, you know, I won't name the hotel, but it was a chain hotel, decent hotel, and there was
Holiday Inn.
It wasn't a Holiday Inn. Okay, I will name it. It was a Comfort Inn,
okay,
which is right next to Purple Parking. I used to park my car in Purple Parking, and it's literally next door. It was about £70. Nice hotel, lovely room, great breakfast, no problems at all. I'd recommend that hotel. It was great, but there was no fridges in the room. And I went down there with my 1066s, which I used to drink, and hoping to put them in the fridge. And there was no fridge, and the window didn't open. It was one of those windows that kind of opened like that a little bit. I couldn't even get the can out. So that was a bit disappointing, but there you go. Well, I don't even know what that means. Do you understand that?
Yeah. He was asking what I have. Like, is it Crohn's or is it colitis? But I just put in the chat multiple sclerosis. He was just asking what I had.
Oh, okay. Sorry, yeah, I didn't realise.
No,
right, Peter Cross says, such an honest lady. I can listen to her all day. A wonderful ambassador of life. Okay. Well, I'll stay on afterwards. I'll send you her Sheila's address and her phone number at the end of the stream.
There you go.
Your hair stood on end there, Sheila. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, Dutch franc, because Damon, how many cigs for £11? Well, it's a pack of 20, I think it's £11.50 now, something like that. That's Benson and Hedges. That's quite. When I stopped smoking it, they were £4.50, £4.25, something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, David says.
I remembered when it was like £9.50. That was like 2016.
I remember when I was a young boy, and on a Sunday everything was closed, and my dad used to send me to the local garage because that was the only place you could pick up a packet of cigarettes. And I remember 10 number 6 used to be 8 old P. You wouldn't remember number 6, would you, young Sheila? No. Okay, right. So we'll move on from that. David says, I do 1 to 2 packets of cigarettes or 3 plus 50 grams of tobacco a week, and I've done it for 44 years. I would love to give up, but it's very hard. As I've tried to pass. It's not easy, David. Nobody says it's easy. And I do believe, Dave, you drive the Gatwick bus, right? So you've got a lot of downtime. You know, the bus, you get back to base and you're waiting for people to get on so you can have a quick cig. You drop them off, you can have a quick one on the way back. I know you. Oh, a little bit of an echo from your end there, Sheila. Did you change something?
Where?
No, I just heard, I think the echo's gone. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I just heard myself speaking from your end there. That's okay. Yeah, so I do fully understand, David, and I'd be the last person to preach to you. All right. What else? I would have thought that was obvious. You can answer that.
To hide my Adam's apple.
It's because Sheila has a very kind of, I wouldn't say powerful, but how would you describe it? Quite an important job, and she doesn't really want to be identified on here. Right, Old Foggy. Good luck with your trip to Thailand, Peter. Hope you don't go from shags to rags. Okay.
I quite like that.
Yeah, so I'm smiling. I might go to rags, but I won't go from shags to rags. I'm actually a good boy when I'm out there. Tempos only. Okay. JB says, what will I fire off to when you're not doing the Monga Minute? All right. So I told you I don't censor these comments. I just read them and put them up and then read them. Okay. Tonto, I'm preparing now for my trip to Thailand in 6 weeks. Doing sober October 50 miles along the road from Sheila, the Thai Farang. You get that?
A little bit. Maybe he's saying he's
Doing
50 miles
sober,
out from
so I
Glasgow.
don't understand what that means, Tonto. I'm preparing now for my trip to Thailand in 6 weeks. I get that bit. Doing
Yeah.
sober, so I would presume you mean you're not going to drink.
Yeah.
October, 50 miles along from Sheila the SEMI-FARANG. Not sure what that means. Right, yours travels. Capital 17, 5 years ago was healthy as hell. And the past 5 years now, that's why I'm traveling everywhere, just in case 10 years time I can't. Yeah, that's a good point, yours. I'll just talk for a second, give you a breather, Sheila. One of the things I did, I lost a lot of weight before I went out to Thailand the last time because I was in a good frame of mind. I've been in a very toxic environment for the last year, and I've been eating and drinking every night, and I've actually put a lot of weight on now. I'm about 18 stone or 110 kilos. I'm very, very heavy. Now, the last time I went out to Thailand, I was in a good frame. I felt like a millstone had been lifted off me. I'm not arguing with anybody. I'm a free agent. I've got no pressure. I haven't got people contacting me. I'm just in Thailand, enjoying myself, relaxed. And I've made it my mission this time, because I'm going for 2 to 3 months. I'm going to get healthy. I'm going to cut my meals down to one a day. I'm not going to eat carbohydrates. Rather than have chicken cashew nuts and fried rice, I'll have chicken cashew nuts and morning glory, for instance. And I'm going to go to the gym and all the rest of it. So I know that's nothing to do with what you're here for, Sheila, but I just want to give yours a little bit of encouragement there, because we're all a little bit heavy these days, and unfortunately it is self-inflicted.
I was gonna say, don't cut yourself down to one meal a day, because like you need substance. Don't injure yourself. But I understand where you're coming
No,
from. Yeah.
no, I mean, okay, when I say I'll cut myself down to one meal a day, what I used to do in Thailand is I'd come back after a night on the booze. There's always 7-Elevens close by. I'd go in
Ah.
and I'd get a big, huge packet of Lay's crisps and some
Mm-hmm.
peanuts, or I'd pop
Retoasty.
and get a burger at the end of Nana. And, it was just a kind of habit. Well, I'm going to knock all that on the head now. I'm going to just go back and sleep. I'm not going to eat at night. And when I say I'm only going to have one meal a day, I'm going to have one main meal a day around 4:30, 5 p.m., like a proper dinner. And apart from that, I'll just, because you can buy a single banana or a single apple in 7-Eleven. I'll just have something very light.
Well, what I noticed was when I was eating like them, it was like really easy, because to keep weight off there is so easy. And what I noticed was like the girls would eat big breakfasts. Like they will have a full on like pad krapao in the morning, or fried chicken and rice, but they'll have like a small portion dinner.
Yeah,
So they're
yeah.
like, you don't want something heavy sitting on you during the night. So maybe that might help.
Do you have a favorite Thai dish? Something that when you go there, you think, oh, I've got to get it. You'll be surprised what mine is, actually. I'll tell you in a sec.
Really, mine is definitely the papaya salad with sticky rice. That is one of my favorites, or the mango sticky rice.
Don't
And
mention
then
it.
there's something called roti samai, which
Yeah,
is
I know.
basically
Yeah.
like a crepe with candy floss. Oh, so good, but so sugary.
Don't mention his name, but the YouTuber we were talking about the other day, I actually happened to come across one of his videos yesterday, and he just happened to be in a market eating rice and I think it was papaya or some fruit, and he was like, "This is lovely," So yeah, I know where you come from. My favorite dish, which I very much look forward to, and it's more of a snack, but it goes really well with a cold beer, is do you know what hoi lai is? It's like they're shells. And they're like mussels in shells. They're green shells,
Oh,
and they stir them up with chili, and they come with like a kind of gravy. But they're really, really spicy. And when you're drinking, you're in an outside bar in particular. Oh, that's hurting now. My arm where I had that injection.
yeah.
When you're out in an outside bar and you're having a nice cold big bottle of Chang, and you get this hoi lai, these shells on the table to share, goes down a treat. That makes a beer go down a treat.
I think I've seen
Right.
them. Those are the small ones that you need to put your nail into to open them.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you're talking about, no, the ones you're talking about are grey in color, and they're very small. And
Yeah.
they've got ribs on them. No, the ones I'm talking about are kind of more. They're kind of green and black, and they're about that kind of size. And when they stir them up with the chili, they open up themselves, and very, very nice. We'll have some when we meet up in Bangkok and we go for a meal. I'll order some. They're lovely, really nice.
Well, you know what? She quite likes seafood. I don't. Someone who likes to like clams, basically. I'm not a fan of seafood.
Are you not? Do you not like? Do you not like going to that? I mean, that's one thing I love about Thailand. I don't hold back on expenses.
Yeah.
Is when you have a real nice seafood buffet and it's all laid out on ice, and
Mm.
you can say, "Well, give me this and give me that," and it's all fresh, prawns, and you don't like all that, no?
I don't. On her birthday, we went to a really fancy seafood restaurant in Samui, and there was crabs and prawns. The prawns are okay. I like the prawns and the mantis ones, but
Yeah.
the crab is so much effort. Bless her. She would sort it out for me, but I'm not a fan of oysters. I'm not a fan of mussels. It's like swallowing phlegm. Sorry, guys,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So get some more questions here. Andrew Hammond says, I get my tobacco from the bootleggers. I'm not surprised, Andrew, you stingy git. Right. Just joking. Right. Deke the Trucker, good to see you. And you've just come in, haven't you? Question for Sheila. When Mint comes to Glasgow, will you take it down the Bararas? I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. So the barras, it's like it used to be. What was the phrase you used to describe like you were talking about Begin and all these places,
Talking about
ballroom.
where?
So like it was like back in the day, the barras used to be like the place to go to if you wanted a nice night out.
Okay.
But yeah, then it became a market. Then it became like an outdoor venue for concerts. But yeah, the barras don't really exist anymore. But I would still take her down there and to the Gorbals and show her about the Glasgow vampire, the Gorbal vampire, and all the stories.
You see, when I grew up, I lived in a place called Corby for a while, not for very long, but for a while. And that was a
We
very
Scotland.
Scottish, little Scotland, they used to call it. And if you ever mentioned the Gorbals, people would take in a suck in their breath because it had a reputation of being a real rough town. Is it still like that now, or is it all redeveloped and,
No, they redeveloped it. So when there was the Commonwealth Games going on about 2012, they redeveloped a lot of the East End and the Gorbals. So there's a lot of new housing there. They got rid of a lot of the Glasgow Housing Association houses. So it's a nice area now. It's actually valuable now because it's close to the city centre.
Dave Andrews said, hi, I'm just back from Thailand. Sheila, nice lady. I'm from Paisley.
Yeah,
Is that in
we
Glasgow?
like Paisley folk. It's like about 10, 15 miles away from Glasgow.
Okay. JB, I'm not reading that out. Right. Capil 17 says, Sheila, would you be able to transfer your career to Thailand?
Yes and no. Because I've done Scots law and English law, one covers another region, and from my understanding, Thai law isn't too different from the States. I need to look into that, but if I did a conversion course, I would be able to practice in Thailand. I wouldn't because it's batshit crazy, but I would stick to more like private sectors.
Yeah. Let me just answer this from Anesh Patel. He says, I understand cannabis is legal. Can that be freely smoked in Thailand? Technically, no. Technically, but it is everywhere now. The law is it's not supposed to have more than, I think it's 0.2 or 2% of the ingredient that
On
gets you high,
products.
but I don't see it
Yeah.
getting monitored.
The weird thing is 0.02 in products that are sold, but in the actual bud, the flower, it's hard to measure it. So it's free reign there. Um, it's nonsense because they introduced it to get the votes. They didn't think about the long term solution. They're still backpedaling with the legislation about the monitoring. Vapes are not allowed, but then they were talking about cannabis and vapes as well in the new legislation. It's a joke.
Paul Hoskins says, what does weed smell like? Well, according to Damien, all you got to do is walk along the beach road and you'll be high by the time you get to Walking Street. It's everywhere.
When you smell it, you'll smell it, because if you've never smelt it before, you'll be like, what the hell is that pungent smell?
Yeah, I mean, and just what was it? What was his name again? Anesh, was it? Yeah, I mean, technically speaking, you're not supposed to smoke it in public, but I think I've never. I mean, it's a free for all now, isn't it? People just smoke it everywhere, and they sell it on all the street corners in Pattaya. Right? I'll find out next week.
And then the mayor of Bangkok, or the governor of Bangkok, walked down and they were selling it in front of him, and he was just like, yeah, it's everywhere.
The best laugh I ever heard was in years ago. I think it was about 10 years ago. I can't remember the official who he was. Like, it wasn't the mayor, but somebody very high up from Bangkok went down to Pattaya to inspect the city, and there was a big article in the newspaper, and it said this particular guy with his group, his entourage, went down and spent a couple of days in Pattaya, and they seen absolutely no signs of prostitution whatsoever.
Yeah.
Taxi Driver says, I lost 4 kg on my 3-week Thai holiday, drank plenty of real, but cut out all the cakes, biscuits, and bread I eat in the UK. Stomach now flat again. Well done, Taxi Talal. The thing is, when you're in a hotel room, you haven't got access to a larder, have you, a cupboard, unless you go into a 7-Eleven. So hopefully that will help. Yeah, Peter Cross, absolutely. Yeah, he's actually quite. I will mention him, Mickey Stotch. He's actually quite a good dude. Yeah, I know you do. That he's Russian, is he? But he's got over 200,000 subscribers now. I'm not subscribed to him, but I watch occasionally his videos because he's a very straight-laced guy. He does, regular kind of videos. He goes into markets and eats food and mixes with the locals and stuff. And he has a few interesting videos that I've liked. But yeah, I mean, that's who I was talking about. Terry Thomas, the keto diet in Thailand should rip the weight off. Even with the drinking, you will still lose a load of weight plus fasting. I thought that walking was another word. That's why I paused. Right. Yeah,
you probably burn a few calories doing that as well, but
probably, yeah. I wouldn't know. Right. Right. Mike says I don't like fish either. I'm not a particular fan of fish, Sheila, but I do like the prawns
fresh,
and the lobster and the crabs, that sort of thing. Javier, there's an explosion of new cannabis shops in Pattaya. What is your opinion, Sheila, about the legalized weed business in Thailand? Well, we've touched on that, but I don't know if you've got anything to add.
I wish they had thought about it and introduced it correctly, because it is an amazing crop for the Thai people. There's a good way to generate wealth and attract more tourism. I am pro weed if it's regulated, because I have personally had medical benefits from it.
Yeah.
I've actually did 2 degrees while having a puff here and there, because it helped me get through a lot of issues. But at the same time, it should be regulated, because if it's not, people are going to have issues with it. I like the fact they're, saying, you can't sell it near schools or universities, and you need to show ID and this and that. So they'll eventually get there, but it's a really good crop to have for, like, how we talk about the north of Thailand not really being a wealthy area. But if they were allowed to grow that crop, it could benefit them quite a bit.
Absolutely. Tonto says, Peter, will you and Sheila be in Pattaya? I don't think we'll be in Pattaya, will we, Sheila?
No, I'm trying to get permission to go. I'm even doing the whole enticing. Let's take the ferry from Samui to Pattaya. We can get a nice hotel room. We can have fun.
That sounds very interesting. I might do that. It's an 11-hour. They've just started that service. It goes from, like you say, Samui to, is it Pattaya? It goes to
Pattaya to Samui? It's like 15 hours in total, but that's giving them time to ramp and get the cars off as well.
That's it, and you get a nice. The actual journey, I believe, is 11 hours. So if you're not driving, then from start to stop, it's 11 hours. But that sounds interesting. You get a nice.
If memory serves me right, it's about between 8,000 to 10,000 baht for the room and getting your car on, which is not too bad.
No, it's not bad. It'd be a very nice journey, I would imagine. Paul Hoskin, 8 fish finger sandwiches. I didn't know fish had fish finger. I didn't know fish had fingers.
God, no, I'm gonna make her a fish finger butty. I'm gonna make her a fish finger sandwich. No puns.
You know what? Yeah, definitely. Do you know what? I remember, my background is hotels. I worked in 5-star hotels. I worked for a major chain. And one of the benefits of working in a 5-star hotel is I always was accommodated in the hotel. So I had one of the guest rooms. I got the laundry, and I could use any restaurant I wanted. It was all free of charge. And that sounds fantastic. Every night you can eat the buffet, you can have steak, you can have like the best food. But, after a few years, you think to yourself, I want a fish finger sandwich. And you can't have a fish finger sandwich in a 5-star hotel.
No.
Or you think, you know what? I want scrambled egg, beans and toast and with ketchup and some hot dog sausages. You really do. It goes the other way. When you eat that stuff all the time, you want steak and lobster. But when you get to eat that all the time, it goes the other way. Really weird. Little Scotland. Corby, Little Scotland, Kev. Absolutely. Yeah. Leroy, Peter, when are you flying? This week, mate. This week. This is my last stream for the UK for quite some time. Yeah, go on, Sheila.
I was going to say, okay, so I this kind of came up on the Tiger, and I was a little bit gutted about it. So I'm excited to fly Thai Airways, thinking about the lovely Thai ladies, you know, the hostesses. But they're saying most of the Thai Airways staff are like well into their 50s. You've
That's
flown a
rubbish.
couple of
That's
times.
rubbish. Who told you that?
Okay,
That's
good.
absolutely rubbish.
Okay, that's
50?
good, because I was going to enjoy the eye candy for the next like 12 hours on that flight.
No, they're beautiful girls. I mean, you know, when you get onto a Thai Airways flight, they're not 20-year-olds because, you know, they train them up and they've got experience. But I would say they're probably in their very late 20s to early 30s. They're not 50. You might have the lady who's in charge of the cabin staff. You know, you normally get an old beautiful 11 beautiful girls and an old boiler. There's always an old boiler, isn't there? But she's kind of like flown around the world 1,000 times. But generally speaking, no, the Thai Airways girls are not 50. I would say they're around their 30s, 32, like that. And it's the same with Eva Air. They're all, you know, late 20s. It's only the British Airways where you get the. No, I'll stop there. Right.
They're even worse on EasyJet.
Are they really? Yeah. I've not flown EasyJet. I flew Ryanair once, and it was they fill a need, don't they? It's like you know, they fill a need. That's it. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, Sheila, have you got a bucket list?
Not really. I want to go to Chiang Mai this time. I've got a friend there who said come out because in December and January the weather's quite nice.
So that
would be nice.
Well, just make sure you don't go up there when they have the burning season, because it's terrible. A lot of the local Chiang Mai residents move away for a month because it's just so bad.
Hard to breathe. Yeah.
Oh, it's like what do they call it? You know, it's like one of those films where the world's about to end. It's not nice.
Like the foot and mouth situation, like a decade ago, and there was this fields of fire.
Yeah, exactly. Similar. Right, Peter Cross, parked my motorhome in the Gorbals last year. Had half a dozen locals dancing in it by closing time last night. Mark Hanley's visited 78 countries since I was 14. That's some going. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Richard, a lot of people don't like smelling weed in Thailand. Like I said, that's what Damon said to me. You're walking around and there's a constant smell of weed. I hate it, you know, but you can't tell people not to do it, can you? Yeah, like Damon says, it's called the land of smells now, not the land of smiles. Right, Leroy. It's not really a joke. All doctors fully support cannabis. They're promoting and leading world research into treating cancer and hundreds of illnesses with cannabis. Okay. Yours says Vegas has gone the same. $1 billion hotels and the place stinks of weed. I bloody hate it. Putting me off Vegas now. Yeah, okay. Been there a couple of times. It was all right. I'm going to move away from the weed talk, as it were. Let's see what else. Yeah, a lot of people are saying. I'll do a general comment here. A lot of people are saying the same thing. They hate the smell of weed. Weed putting them off. You walk around Soy Pothole and all those sort of places. It's just a smell of constant weed. Quite a few people saying that. Yeah,
there is a smell that I do like though when I arrive in Thailand, and it's like the humidity smell. I can't describe it. When you get off the airplane and you feel the heat and there's that nice smell.
I'll try and explain it to you because I've kind of worked it out over the years. It's a smell of damp. It's very subtle. That's what you can smell. It's like you're smelling damp. There's moisture. You're smelling that moisture, but it's very, very subtle. Yeah. Capital 17 says a lot of the big US players are setting up in Thailand in the weed industry. Yeah, it will attract them definitely. Right, let's get away from this weed talk. Christ, all the comments are about weed. Bear with me. Okay, yours, a lot of comments from you tonight. With MS, it will help you a lot. Okay, that's
yeah, it does. But I think Thai medicine is improving. I think they are pretty much all the way through of getting a nasal spray out in the pharmacies that help with COVID. So it's like before you go out, just puff 2 sprays up your nostril, and apparently it will fight COVID when you're out and about.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna. Yeah, I completely understand that, and you know, yeah, I haven't got anything else to add to that. Right, Paul Hoskins said, How many modes of transport have you had boom boom in? You can't really answer that.
Not
Let's
many,
move on.
but there was a funny story where I thought the car was tinted, and so did she, but apparently the car was not tinted. So
What we
what
do?
we did was visible in a Lotus car park in Phuket.
Oh my God! So, no wonder you didn't get a
We got
you,
away with it. Some people were probably horrified or aroused, but yeah, we realised maybe 2 days later that, oh wait, it's not
yeah,
tinted.
yeah. Okay. Old Foggy says, I'm just trying. I finally find a comment that's got nothing to do with weed.
Yes.
Uh, Old Foggy says, if you like the 50+ ladies, you should fly Aeroflot. Most of them are former shop hunters. You talking about the we used to have a joke. No, I won't say because it might offend some people. Right, geezers. My flight back on Sunday, we had 2 male air stewardesses. One of them was around 45 years old. Yeah, okay. Well, it's not impossible to have older air stewardesses, trolley dollies, is
Yeah.
it? But generally speaking, they're generally around sort of 30ish, aren't they?
But I'm happy that I switched to Thai Airways because you get your money's worth. Like you get to choose your seat for free. I quite like that.
Okay. JB, Peter and Sheila, I'm having a. Oh, I'm not going to read any more of his out. It's filthy. Right. Right. Still talking about weed here. Peter, how is Jesse Hughes? How is Halloween in Bangkok? Anything interesting? Yeah. They celebrate it because it's all about business, isn't it? And basically, any Farang holiday, they kind of overdo it, because it's business. Okay. Poodle Master Peter, we should talk about it. It's very relevant. I am on holiday back on the second, third week hotel. See if I can deal with the smell. Well, the thing is, look, Poodle Master, we have been talking about it for about half an hour now, and this isn't a channel about drugs or weed or anything like that. We can talk about everything, and we've done half an hour on it now. I don't want to spend we're coming up for 2 hours now. I'm going to knock it on the head soon. I don't want to spend the entire stream just talking about nothing but weed. Okay, we've done it. We've read a lot of comments out now, and I would like to move on and get some questions for Sheila. Did you get sick when you were out there at all? Do you get the runs when you first get out there? Saji says, stay away from street food. They serve it at room temperature.
No, it was fine. I had street food. I had every kind of food. If anything, I had a little bit of constipation, but bum
Oh, I
shy
get
when I
it.
go
I
out.
get it the other way around. I do.
Yeah.
Flock of sparrows out of a drain pipe. Right. Yeah, JB, that's fine. I know I'm not taking it too seriously, but I've got to be careful about some of the comments. It is YouTube after all. Okay, right. Right. See, that's something I don't like. What do you think about the smell of Duran's, Sheila?
Yeah.
Do you like
So
that or
I
not?
had because one of her family imports fruit, so they had fresh durian in, and she was thinking I was gonna gag and I'll find it disgusting, but I ate it. It was fine. The only thing is, it wasn't stinky when I was eating it, but later on in the night, it gave you stinky burps. And the only way I could describe it was like if an onion and a mango crossbred, because it was like an onion mango taste. That's the best
Yeah,
way, and then a custardy texture. But I didn't
yeah,
think it was disgusting. But then when I burped, I smelt it and I wanted to vomit. It
yeah. I
was
know.
not nice. I was drinking mouthwash and everything.
It's the same when you go for a big, nice, strong Madras curry, an Indian curry. You eat it, it's beautiful. A couple of hours later, you sit watching the TV and you burp and you smell it and you're like, Jesus, did I eat that?
Yeah, it hits you
It
hard.
comes out different, doesn't it? I don't know if you know this, but a lot of the, I don't particularly like the smell or the taste of Duran, so I don't entertain it. But a lot of the hotels in Thailand, actually most of
Bandit.
them, they ban you from taking it in. It's such a pungent smell. They won't allow you to bring it into the rooms.
Yeah, I saw in a few hotels on the door there was like a sign banning it, and I found it
Mm,
hilarious. I was like, it can't be that smelly. But there's
mm,
different ones. There's like different strengths, so you can find some really, really humming ones. And we were walking down a street in her home province of Nakhon, Si Tamarat, and the smell hit me, and I was like, "Oh, is that open sewer?" And she said, "No, that's
mm.
durian."
Yeah. So it is a very one. Very interesting smell. Right, I'll leave that the Mac Vite
Yes.
as put a comment up there. I'll let you answer it if you want to. I won't get
Yeah,
into it.
chai. Mac. I do love them. We have them in our home too. Um, I like those, and I like the Japanese style toilets. So like some of the
Komodos.
hotels, they have them, and it's like you push a button and
Yeah. The only thing I don't like about them is when you go into a public toilet, maybe it's just me, the bum guns,
yeah.
they are very, very clean. I don't know if we got on this subject, but they are much cleaner than using paper. Of course it is.
Mm-hmm.
But what I don't like about them is if you go into a public bathroom, you use them and there's no paper because obviously your bum's wet.
Yeah.
Your bum's wet, isn't it? And you put, I mean, I just find it a bit uncomfortable.
It's handy we always take with us wipes just in case. In general, comes into use, but yeah, definitely carry wipes with you wherever you go.
Definitely. Right, and Ash, excuse me, I think it's this jab's making me yawn. Right, and Ash Patel again, you're both going to be in Thailand around Christmas. What's Christmas like in Thailand? Well, I can tell you, and Ash, from my side, pattaya, however you want to say it, is fantastic at Christmas. There's a lot of, you can go anywhere and get a full Christmas lunch. There's a lot of parties going on. You don't need to be on your own. You don't need to be Billy No Mates. It's very, very good. Bangkok, it's not so easy to get into a group and join in. They do have pubs with English lunches. Have you been there at Christmas at all, Sheila?
I haven't. This is my first time, and it's going to be quite difficult for me being away from my family. Like, it's going to be the first Christmas I'm not having with my grandparents. So my nana wasn't very happy when she found out I was going to be on the other side of the world. So it'll be interesting. I'm going to probably be having curry for Christmas, which is weird, but yeah.
Curry for Christmas. Why not? Let me just answer this one for Damon. He said, Dutch Rang rather. He says, how was the jab, Peter? I had the Pfizer today. It's my fourth one. The reason I've had the fourth one because it is actually quite still a lot in Bangkok. My friend Bob, who's there at the moment, he's just caught it. I think people don't isolate anymore. From what I can see, they catch it and they just go about their business like they've got a cold or something. But I had it today and it was the most painful one I've had. I don't know why. And my arm is starting to feel like it's been. When I had it, it was painful, but once I walked out, there was no feeling. I've got no feelings as in I feel like I'm sick, but my arm now, I can feel it's getting it feels like somebody's punched me. And I know by the morning I'm going to wake up and it's going to be like, ouch. But hopefully by the time I got to Thailand, it'll all be done. Right, Albom, can Sheila easily tell if a girl is a real lady boy or a lady boy? I'm curious if women can tell this more easily.
No, I mean, I'd have to be real close to look at the hands because the rest of the work is so immaculate that it's really hard to tell. So you'd have to be very, very close. Like you'd have to look at things like the shoulders, the waist, the hands, the feet, because most of them are feet. But the general giveaway is tall because a lot of Thai girls are not tall. But it's really hard to tell, like very hard.
Yeah.
And foreheads too.
Yeah, sorry, go
on. No, I was saying foreheads as well, because you can see with like the hair texture and the hairline.
I think one of the biggest giveaways with ladyboys is that they over, when they talk, they're very. It's almost over the top. It's almost like they're acting, and it's very brash. That's a big giveaway, right? William Best says you look tired, Peter, mate. I remember you had it the first time. You were laid back for a month. Yeah. Do you know? I do feel really tired now. I don't know if it's anything to do with the injection. I'm going to knock it on the head now. It's been over 2 hours. Yeah, I feel tired, but I think it's a combination of a lot of things. But probably I had the jab 4 hours ago, so it might be having an effect on me now. And I'm drinking beer as well. That probably doesn't help. I probably should have left it today. Yeah, do you like the old green curry, Sheila? The Thai green curry?
My favorite though is the yellow one.
Okay, yeah. What about the tom yum goong, the prawn, the soup? Do you like that? The very spicy one?
It's nice. I like the flavor, but I don't like the prawn. So I will pick it out and give it to her or her family.
We'd make a good dining couple then, because you could give all the prawns to me.
I'd give you all my prawns. Yeah.
Lovely.
You can give me all your garlic.
Mike Kersel says, where can I find a girl that would give me a tour and also for a companionship, friendship, to give me a tour and possibly stop over? I don't know. You could contact Taya. You know the girl who does tours. You know the girl who says like at the beginning of the video, she's like Sawadika. Yeah, she gives a lot of interesting videos out. But I believe she does tours. Right, let me just say thank you to Damien because I think he's off to bed now. Safe
Oh,
travels, Peter. We'll miss our daily phone calls. Have a safe flight. We'll film you flying over my house soon. Enjoy your time in Thailand. All the best. Thanks, Damien. Thanks for. Wow, is that Christ?
yeah.
Is that 100?
I
You know,
think you
that's
owe Damon a happy ending. That's a lot.
yeah, that's very generous of you, Damien. The thing is, what people don't realize is YouTube take a chunk of money off the super chats. It's normally about 30%. So I would imagine that Damien actually he's either giving 200 or 250, and YouTube's took their cut from it because it's a funny figure, 174.99. But that's very generous, Damien. You know, I owe you a lot of dinners when I get out there, and of course, when I meet up with Sheila and Mint, of course, I'll buy them dinner. And the thing about Damien, he lives literally on the doorstep of Gatwick, and he's got an app. And when his mum goes on a lot of foreign holidays, as does some friends, and when they fly out of Gatwick, he knows the aircraft from his plane. So when I fly out at the end of the week, he'll have the information on his app, and he'll look up, and the plane that's going over, he knows I'm up there, you know. So that's quite interesting. But look, Damien, I'm not going until the end of the week, so we'll have a few phone calls before then. And yeah, thank you very much. That's very, very nice of you. Okay, right. Okay, are you working in the morning, Sheila?
I have this Monday off, thankfully. So, but
It's not a bank holiday tomorrow,
I do have a few appointments lined up. So if you need to crack on and call it a night, because I think you need rest as well. Your arm's going to be havoc to sleep with.
I mean, when I called you this morning, you were still in bed. It was about 11 o'clock.
Yeah. No, this morning, yesterday, yeah. Oh, I was loving it. I was rolling around and not having to do anything and no responsibilities.
I was out with old Benji, and I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm still laying in bed. I was like, blimey, it's 11 o'clock. I remember the days when I used to do that.
Before I forget, do send a picture of Benji, because he's a beagle and she loves beagles. She used to have one.
He's very old now. I had a beagle before, and you know, she passed on, and I tell you what, it was like I felt really guilty. I nearly cried because what happened, I had this beagle we moved back from Thailand in 2000, and the first thing I got a dog because I love dogs, I love animals, and we got this beagle. And on the day that she passed away, she knew she was going, and I set up the cage because when I come down in the morning, she'd messed herself in the utility room. It was everywhere. It was disgusting. But, you know, that's part of having a pet. So it was a summertime. I picked her up and put her on the grass in the garden, cleaned up, put her back inside. I set a cage up, and I thought, right, I'll make an emergency vet appointment. This was about 9 o'clock. I phoned up. They said, bring her in at 9:30. I thought, I'll come in and check my emails. And as I was walking out, she gave out some really unusual noise that I'd never heard before. And of course, when I come back in at 9:30 to put her in the cage, she'd passed away. So you almost feel like you've lost one of your kids. You know, the thing about dogs is they're like your best mate. You know, you come home from work, you've had a terrible day, people have been nasty to you, and the dog's always there happy to see you. You know, so when you lose a pet, especially beagles, they're lovely. Well, any animal really, you lose your pet, and it is really heartbreaking. It really is. So Benji, I think he can't do long walks anymore. He gets really tired, and I'm kind of hoping he's still around when I get back from Bangkok, because I'm really not sure. But you know, anyway, have you got a pet?
Yeah, I used to have a dog, but kind of a similar situation. He didn't last long, bless him. But he had a good life up until then.
Yeah. Okay, all right, Sheila. Look, it's been a great stream. We've done over 2 hours now. Not everybody lasts as long as you do, but
I've got
so I
lots
think
of.
I'm going to probably call you before I go to Bangkok. But just to reiterate again, you're there. What date do you arrive in December?
I will be there on the 7th.
And how long are you staying? Did you say 3 weeks?
Oh no, at least until like February.
Oh really? So you're there December and January. Oh, okay. And your mum's coming for 3 weeks in December. So we'll hook up.
She's just coming for 1 week. So just after Christmas, she's going to do Christmas with the family and then pop over.
Well, I didn't take it in that you were actually staying that long. So, you know, if we all get on, maybe we can all go somewhere together, you know, like Wahine or something for a few days, or I don't know, we can talk about it. I don't want to impose or anything, but you know.
I'll get you out to Samui. I don't think you've been to Samui, have you?
Do you know what I'm not just saying this to get one up on you, but I first visited Samui in 1993 with my wife, and there was nothing there. It was just beach bungalows and a few seedy bars, not seedy bars, a few simple bars, and It was 30 years ago. I was in Samui 30 years ago. I mean, I'd love to see what it's like now. Of course, it must have changed a lot. It's only a small island, isn't it?
Oh, it's very small. Like you can get around the whole island in your car in like 45 minutes.
The one thing I remember about Samui from all those years ago, it's probably 30 years ago now, is I had my wife on the back of it, the equivalent to a Honda Click, but 30 years ago they didn't have the Honda Click. It was a very old bike, and there was a lady boy on a motorbike coming the other way, but a really ugly lady boy. Didn't look feminine at all. It was like, you know, really ugly, ugliest lady boy you have ever seen. No front teeth there, the whole teeth missing. And I tell you how I know that, because he cut me up, and I was like, hey, you know, like kind of be careful sort of thing. And you're like, back off, you know, like back off with no teeth, you know. And I was like, Jesus Christ, didn't get involved in that one. Okay, so look, it's good to have you on here. Thanks to the moderators in the background there, Capio and Damon. Thanks to the guys who have done some very, very generous super chats tonight. Very, very generous, especially, well, I'm not going to name names. A lot of people have been generous. And obviously, I'll use that to buy Mint and Sheila a nice dinner when I'm there on a noodle stand. No, I'm only joking. But anyway, look, Sheila, most of all, thank you for coming on tonight. It's always great to have you on. I'm sure we'll do a lot more together in the future, hopefully, and I'll get to meet your lovely girlfriend, Mint.
Yes. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you to all your lovely audience. And also, before I forget, hi, Noel, if you're listening. Thank you for joining us.
I don't know if he still will, because he's working tomorrow. But yeah, Noel up in Birmingham, blind Noel, yeah. He always writes to me, actually, and says, thanks for giving me a shout out. Do you want to give him another shout out? I was talking over you there.
If you were here, Noel, thank you for joining us, and hopefully we'll catch you next time. I really like the fact that he listens to you and you give him a shout out. That's really sweet. We're all inclusive.
Well, yeah, brilliant. And, you know, you're coming out in December. I hope you're going to watch some of my videos when I'm in Thailand next week. And I'm going to be pumping them out like anything. You know, and guys, I don't think there's going to be a stream on Friday because I'm arriving later in the week. I'll be dog tired, jet lag. I'll try and do one for Sunday. I'll try, but no promises. But definitely, the poll came up as the Friday, so I'll be doing live streams 10 p.m. UK time on every Friday once I settle in after this week. Okay, so thanks again, everybody. Thanks to Sheila. I'll say good night, and the next time I see you lot, it will be in Bangkok. Thanks, Sheila.
Take care. Bye.
Cheers.
All I want.